Welcome to the Boston's Big Four podcast. Cast. New news about music and sports every week, sometimes.
Yeah, I recently got connected with him and like just instantly chopped it up. So that was really cool.
He's a great guy.
Cool. Yep.
He taught me like the first way. I like just DM'd him one time and I was like, dude, how do you like do music? Like,
Right,
and he was
yeah.
like, come over. So then I just hung up. He doesn't know me that well. Like we were like I'm like a friend.
He
of a
doesn't
friend.
know me that well either.
Yeah. And I went over his house like on like a weekend, like a Sunday, and stayed there the whole day. And he just like showed me how to use FL Studio.
Damn, that's
And I was
clutch.
like,
That's
yeah.
clutch.
Yeah, it was wicked cool. So shout out Hush. Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
played around with FL Studio so many times by myself, and I'm like, colors everywhere, lines. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
you know.
I'm still not
like,
good at it, but he
Ableton
just
is a
showed
little
me how
bit
to use it.
easier because like.
Oh,
I
you
don't know.
think? They say the other way around, actually.
I don't know. I mean, I'm no like superstar artist, but like, I mean, when it comes to my brain, I don't know. It's just easier to use Ableton, but like also I've heard that Ableton's more for like audio, like your voice, more vocal.
Yeah.
Like,
But people
based.
produce pretty hard in it. One of my buddies
yeah.
produces in Ableton like exclusively, but it is EDM more. But
Yeah.
it doesn't, I don't think it matters. But
my boy Oscar, he's big on Ableton. Like that's his stick, I guess. So.
okay. But yeah, that was kind of like our cold open. But we can run you in.
Yeah, do whatever.
So we're running. We're
Yeah,
doing
we
it.
are.
All right.
running.
We got the Caveman on Causeway here.
What's up? How's it going?
Not the Causeway
Pleasure to
Caveman.
be here. Pleasure to be here.
Yeah,
man.
Boston's Big Podcast. Welcome.
Great to have you, man.
We're on the Boston Big Four podcast.
That's
Great
true.
to have you.
Boston's Big Podcast. Actually, we're gonna make
Boston's Big Podcast.
Yeah,
is the
but
name
we
of the
are the
podcast.
podcast
But we are
of
It's one of the
Boston's Big
biggest
Four.
I know.
we are
Yeah.
Boston's
Like you-
Big Four.
Like that's how I saw you guys. Is
I'm not gonna say we are the biggest, but that's just the name of
No,
it.
one
Well,
of.
it's like,
One
we're like
of.
Boston's Big.
One of.
This.
One
Yeah,
of,
I would
definitely.
I would definitely say one of like just how the beginning of Caveman started. You know.
Let's talk about it. So we got the Caveman on Causeway here. Let's talk about your origin as the Caveman on Causeway, because our introduction to you, and I think most people's introduction to you,
Right.
was your matchup against what's his name,
Mook Spud.
Mook
Spud. Yeah. I
Mook
say Mook,
Spud.
but it could be Mook.
So during the
If
NBA
it's wrong,
Finals,
keep saying it wrong. That's what we want.
Yeah, that's
all right. I love
So,
you, Mook,
yeah.
but it's Mook.
no, the rivalry is alive. You guys don't like each other. We're gonna keep that going. Rematch coming. No, but so for those of you who don't know, during the NBA Finals last year, the Hoop Bus, shout out to the Hoop Bus, you got the shirt on.
Yep.
And that started in New York, I believe.
I believe it started in LA.
Oh, really?
I think it's a
All
California
right,
thing.
someone in the
It-
comments on the video I
yeah.
posted to you was saying that was a New York thing. You guys want to be New York so bad.
Oh,
like, all
yeah,
this
I
stuff.
Well,
yeah.
maybe it's like however they were first introduced to it. That's where they think it started.
New
Yeah,
York had it
probably.
first. Also, they had the Celtics first. Did you know that?
I didn't know. Fill
What?
me in. Hold on.
Oh,
I don't
what?
like this actually. I
Yeah,
don't like
what's going
that.
on?
All right. So this will be fun. So if you go to the Basketball Hall of Fame, this is open knowledge. There's an exhibit with a New York Celtics jersey. They were the Celtics before the Boston Celtics. Look it up.
Interesting.
Swear to
Also, we were
I
the
troll
Boston
people.
Braves.
I troll New York fans when they like try to trash on my videos. They'd be like, "Oh, you guys just want to be like New York so bad." I'm like, "Well, you guys did have the Celtics first and didn't do shit." Like,
Well, that's I guess still supports their argument a little.
They
bit.
also haven't won anything since 1972.
yo,
so,
we're giving Spike Lee his first banner night in that long.
yeah,
Spike Lee ain't had a banner night for the Knicks since when?
long time.
So now,
probably before he was going to games, actually.
right? So
Yeah.
now, October 22nd, when the Celtics open the season against the Knicks, Spike Lee gets to see his first banner raised. I mean, he's probably been on opening night for another winning team before, but like, he's still anti-Boston this summer. So
Very
like,
much, very much.
Spike Lee,
Lee's
we're
what,
giving
like
you
28. So I mean, think about how long he had to wait.
Spike Lee is not 28.
28 years into not seeing a banner for the Knicks, I guess.
But no, I want to
Sad.
talk about the video, how we got introduced to you, because we posted that on our page and it blew up, and it blew up on a few other pages, and I just think that the energy in that video was so infectious. Like
Yeah.
when you scored that bucket against him,
Everybody
that,
lost
that
it.
showed just like the energy that was kind of around the Garden at that time.
Yeah,
like it was people were losing their minds. NBA Finals in Boston, always a great time.
Yep.
So
And it was definitely a better outlook going into that game than when I watched them go into the finals against the Warriors. You know what I mean? It felt more
absolutely.
comfortable. The finals, everybody
there
felt
was a
more
good vibe
comfortable.
around,
There was
around
like,
that area
there was,
at that time.
The
'Cause-
vibes were insane.
Insane.
So when that happened and you had Mook Spud wearing a Dallas Mavericks Kyrie Irving jersey,
yeah.
What a troll.
what a play, you know? And like so
And you just backed him down old
yeah,
school.
so
That's great.
I didn't want to shoot the ball at all.
I could tell.
Because when he came to me, he was like, "I'm trying to cross you up." Because like I asked him, "Oh, you trying to cross people up?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm trying to cross you up." And I didn't think he was gonna give me that response back, but like that's an unwritten insult in basketball. You tell
Yeah,
someone
yeah.
you're gonna cross them up,
Yeah.
hell nah. Like, so I told him I was like, let's go. And then I think he said in the video, "You don't want this or anything like that."
Okay.
He didn't score on me. I think he airballed. And with street ball, there's not really fouls. Like you can try to call for one, but if there's no ref, you're not getting it. Like growing up, I played a lot of ball in Haverhill. So my dad lived there. That's how I learned like gritty basketball, defense.
Shout out to Haverhill.
Superstar
Snuck is from Haverhill.
Yep, shout out him. He was one of the first guys from the ST crew that I listened to.
Really?
Yep.
Fire.
Yep. And then to follow up that video, he once he didn't score, all I was saying to myself is, all you got to do is score. You already know that there's no room for you to get into your game. Like if you watch the video, everybody's swarming Canal Street.
Yeah.
So there was no room to play.
A lot of pressure.
Honestly,
Were you thinking
Gotta
about
tune
that?
it out though.
it tuned out once in that video, and I threw my hat and I just looked right at him. I was like,
You were
You and
locked
me
in.
in
I was like,
You were
nothing
locked in.
mattered. You know what I mean? Because either you're gonna get trolled and you're gonna look like shit, or you're gonna make the basket. Like,
You also lucked out that he got the first shot.
right? Yeah,
So-
that was pure luck that he got the first shot.
And he
but-
called for a foul on that. He
Right?
thought-
Yeah,
he
yeah.
said, "And what?" Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I
ridiculous.
was, dude. Everybody, even Danny Healy, he's a writer in the area, and he was like, "No foul, no foul." And it's like,
No,
all right,
it
well,
wasn't
if
a foul.
if everyone else is saying it's not
Straight
a foul,
up.
it's
You were
definitely not
straight
a
up.
foul. Like he went up, I just didn't jump, and
Yeah, I think we should run that back and take another look. But we'll see.
yeah, and I don't think it's a foul, but so then when I got the ball, all I was saying was like, all you got to do is score. Literally, that's all you have to do. Like you don't have to go to your spot, do a fade. Like you don't got to do anything. And then so that's when I just took him to the gym all the way from the theoretical top of the key, just dribbled that up to the hoop and put it in. When that
Pump
went
fake.
in, pump fake.
Pump fake
got
first.
him to move.
Got him off his feet.
Yeah, and that was one thing I learned when I was younger was like, if you're down low, like see if you can get them off their feet. Like, and I've just been so used to, like when I was in 8th grade, I was the 4. I was short as shit, but I could get the ball. So
Really?
like I had already had practice of years of being the 4.
Okay.
So
So you know how to post up.
yeah, I mean, I'm not big. I'm not posting up like no Shaq O'Neal, like
Yeah.
or Georgia Messiah.
You
know?
can back a
But-
guy down, clearly.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give up from anybody. And so after that, I score, and like right then and there, the eruption, everything was
Crazy.
white. Everything was white
Yeah.
because like the adrenaline. I got like over 100 people screaming now. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
So my instinct was to do the LeBron stomp because like, what
Honestly,
other celebrations
You
are
did it.
so
you played
poetic?
it exactly right.
Like,
Yeah,
it
it was
just-
perfect.
it
You
was-
looked right at the camera
Oh, it was
afterwards, too.
perfect. Yeah.
And now that I go back and look at the videos, sometimes like there was a guy wearing an NBA, YouTube TV, ESPN, like I don't even know, vest or whatever, and he had that big camera and he was recording it. So it was like, oh wow, like a lot of people were there
Yeah,
at that
this is a
moment.
big deal.
You didn't know that when you were in the moment. You were like,
course,
oh, like
yeah.
5-10 people, and then you watch it and it's like bing bing bing, all those people. I'm like, shit, like.
Your perspective like comes clear, and all the fuzziness becomes heads of people. You're like,
Right.
whoa, like Jesus.
And after that,
You're like, did I just score the biggest bucket of the finals?
I didn't even honestly, I downplayed it until probably later at the bar. So the Greatest Bar, shout out to them. They always treat me amazing when I go there.
I hear it's a pretty good bar.
That is a good bar.
I
Great bar.
befriended a guy named
Greatest Bar,
Tyler.
actually.
Yeah, it is the greatest.
bar.
You know,
Everyone
it's got
says
3
it's the
floors,
greatest
bro.
bar.
3
Everyone-
floors.
You know, I
like,
walked in, I
genius.
said, wow, this is the
I've
greatest
actually
bar.
never been there.
You've never been in the Greatest Bar,
No, I really
bro.
haven't.
So
Fire.
there's 3 floors.
Okay.
Every time there's
Yeah,
a
it's
Celtics
nuts.
game that they are doing,
Dude, there's this video
It's
of
filled.
last year when the Bruins were playing and Pasternak scored that game winner in Game 7, I think, of the first round. There's a video from that place, and it was unbelievable.
Damn.
it's like the
damn.
sardine can. That's for sure. Like when I went there last year, it was sardine can. Like
Yeah.
Well, everyone probably goes thinking there's 3 floors. We'll find space.
No,
And
you
then
won't.
just
And then it's
packs
just
in.
packed
Yeah.
in.
no, you
Yeah.
won't. You know. So I met this kid Tyler. He does videos on his own. He makes his own content. He's been all around the country. Whatever. He makes videos for Omada, their sports betting app, overseas, and they're like making their way out here. But it's more interactive. It's more characterized, and there's like cool things on it. He will be able to
So it,
explain
like,
it better, but
hooks you back in for that addiction.
I guess
Gets
so.
you back on the
right.
line.
Gets you back gambling, thrown away on the money line. But
Boys, we got to get back in the saddle. We got to put some parlays in tonight.
ooh, yeah,
You're getting me jazzed up right now.
yeah. It's almost FanDuel time. But
Full disclosure, I'm not a gambler, so I just wanted to side note, make sure everybody knows that I'm not promoting gambling. And if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLING. I think that's the number. So
yeah,
Something
I
like
think
that.
so.
It's something like that.
I don't consider it gambling. I consider it trying to make a quick dollar. If I lose,
yeah.
fuck, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But
I mean, it's
No, that's
it's
fun.
different.
It's fun.
It affects people in different
yeah,
ways.
some people out there mortgaging their house. Like, yo,
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
sell you my finger, and it's like
Yeah.
what?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, but
no, I didn't mean to paint it in a negative light.
yeah, yeah. But so Tyler
yeah,
and I,
DraftKings sponsor us.
Please.
Tyler and I, what we did was we started going up to random fans, getting content videos for him, and then we go upstairs at the Greatest Bar. We're watching the first game, and I said to him, or he said to me, I can't recollect exactly how it went down, but the question was asked, like, what do we do with that video? Like, what? Well, we had no idea. Like, we were just sitting there being like, yeah.
And this is right after it happened.
right after it happened, during the game, during
So it
commercials.
hasn't even really it's blowing up. Is it blowing up yet at this point?
It's all on what you consider blowing up. Like all the videos that has anything Caveman on Causeway in it. I
Yeah.
think the view count total is 14 million.
But like at this point, when you're watching the game, are you watching it blow up? Are you like
No.
moments after?
No,
So it took like a
can't
little
be
bit of
that
time.
fast.
Right. It wasn't
It-
that
some
fast.
things are,
It
though,
wasn't.
you
It
know?
wasn't
Yeah.
the first. And actually, I think
It was that night.
Somewhat,
for
yeah,
sure.
it was that night for sure. But I
I
didn't.
think I posted it the next day.
Right. It
probably.
didn't hit until I started seeing you guys post it.
Yeah.
Hoop Bus posted it, and then KG. So once Kevin Garnett shared
Oh,
it.
Kevin Garnett shared
Kevin
it.
Garnett shared
his
it
story?
to his story.
That's fire.
Yeah. I'll have to
We're
get you-
trendier
Oh, wow.
than Kevin Garnett. That's crazy.
You know,
You
and
probably saw it on our page.
I think he saw it on Hoop Bus, but like,
That pisses me off so much, actually. Hoop Bus.
No, he
Hoop
saw it
Bus,
on
I'm
our
kind of
page.
pissed off about it. Yeah, no, he saw it on our page.
Paul
You're right.
Pierce has liked our post before.
so fun
he
story
told
about
KG about us.
fun story about the Boston Big Four video. When I looked at that video, when I saw it, it was after the KG video. Millie's had liked that video.
Yes.
So
Millie's follows us.
when-
Shout out Millie's.
Yes, that was super dope. Shout out to him on that. And like once I saw that, I was like, I started saying to myself, it doesn't matter how many views I get. It matters who sees it. That's it.
True.
Because you can have the whole world see it. Doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like just like a commercial. I bet
Quality
everybody
over
has
quantity.
seen, quality over quantity.
Yeah.
And so the next day I see all these comments, you got to play George the Messiah. So I go look up his videos and I was like, all right, I'm down. Like
Yeah. So for people who don't know, George the Messiah,
he's a
New York, kind of a legend, right? In,
I
in
would say a
ball, I
street
guess.
a street hoop legend.
Yeah.
Great person, down to earth dude. Like
And
you see
he's
the-
how old?
I don't want to guess.
I don't
You
know
what I
much
mean?
about his history.
28. Everyone's
no, he's
28
old.
I think
tonight.
He's
I think
old for
he's
sure.
40s. I think
Yeah.
he's 40s.
Okay.
I want to know his history and how he got started and everything. I think I
Yeah.
just started seeing him in the last
Go-
couple of years. Why Try? Do you know Why Try?
Yeah, I met Y Try that day when he came to Boston.
Oh, so it was the
Okay.
same day, probably.
yeah, we've played him
Why
the
Try
same
played
day.
him in New York, didn't he?
Yep, and he played him here too.
And he
that
played
day.
him here
Oh,
too.
no
He,
way.
he scored 3. He lost 5-2.
Okay.
Yeah, he lost to Messiah 5-2. I had scored 2 points on Messiah as well that week, so I kind of was
Okay.
like, "Hey, why try?"
But let's
you know,
let's be honest here. Messiah fouls a lot, and nobody talks about it. Nobody calls it. And I know it's street ball. You're
That's-
not supposed to call fouls, but he is actually pushing you out of the way while he has the ball with his arm.
Doing
I
too
mean,
much.
Clear foul.
yeah, I
Clear
mean,
foul.
it's. a lot of people online, right? They'll be like, "Oh, I could dog him, and it's like when you get into playing him, it's like
He's
tactical,
fouling the shit out of you.
but he's tactical with how he fouls, right? Like,
But it's clearly a foul.
it's clearly a foul. I'm not gonna say it's not a foul, but in the moment, I'm not gonna go looking for that call because you're never getting it. You know what I mean? But it is a
Exactly,
foul.
yeah.
It is unorthodox street ball.
Yeah.
There's environments where if you call a foul like that, some guy's gonna whoop your ass. You know what I mean? Like that's just they get down gritty and like
You're just gonna keep fouling.
right. And I knew that it was coming to that video. Like it was like when it was getting to that video, I was like, yo, he's gonna foul me all over the place. So
He's going to do everything he can to not lose.
So I was trying to tell myself not to wear anything he could grab onto. And I had this
And you wore that giant
and I wore
caveman
the
thing.
giant caveman thing, but he didn't
most
grab on it that
grabbable
much.
thing.
He didn't grab on it that much because
He
I
was
had
probably afraid
that
he
one,
was gonna hike you up too much.
that one was tighter. That one
Yeah.
was tighter on as a fit, so I knew like it had to be a little tight, so he couldn't pull on it that much, and I needed leg space. So in the video, you can see him grab my bag and try to throw it at me, and I kept my eyes on him the
he's
whole
dirty.
time. Oh yeah, he's. Good luck beating him. Like, you know
He's
what I
a
mean?
dirty
Like,
player.
you got to be a dog
He's
to
a
beat
dirty
him.
player.
I've seen some people dog him under the rim. It's just size, so many things, so many variables go into that matchup that, like,
You got to foul him back.
you got to make your shots is what has to happen. Because I
True,
feel like if
but
I
you got to
made,
foul him back. You got to give it back.
you got to give it back. Like, and like I had a really down to earth conversation with him in New York City in August.
Is he a good guy?
He's a down to earth dude. Like he's so caring. Like he wants to make sure you get involved. Like if there's a family walking by and the boy is like googly eye in the bus and wants to see what's going on, during the middle of his game, he will dribble up to that family and make it so like if the parents don't let the kid involved, the parents look like the bad guy. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
he'll
yeah,
make
yeah.
sure that kid
So he's
gets
cool.
involved.
He's cool.
So
He
he's
likes
a down
making
to earth
parents
human
look
being.
evil. Yes.
You know, but I don't think that's like exactly how he does it. But you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
tell that he's very about everybody. Like he's, you know, I think he was a cab
about
driver,
community.
you know, but he's a
Okay.
community legend too.
Nice.
Pro hooper. Like he's balled with the best. Like
That's awesome.
You know, he
That is
he
pretty
runs it
cool.
at West Fourth.
That is
He
pretty
goes
cool.
to
And he has this
Rutgers.
look about him that you wouldn't think he's great at basketball, and then he just balls on you. And, yeah.
It's like
pretty
a
cool.
Honda. It's a sleeper. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless it's
Shout
really,
out Hondas. I'm a Honda boy,
I'm a Subi guy, but
dude.
Me
I feel
too.
like
Me too.
Yeah.
Subi
dude.
guy.
Oh wow.
y'all should see the
Enemies.
93 Subaru I had when I was a teenager. I pissed
Fire.
off the whole town of Epping with that car. Like, I just drove it like a madman. Like, ripped the e-brake in the middle of the street. Like,
I love it.
I was a hellion with that car, and nobody liked me for it. But, hey, you know, that's...
So you were a wild child a little bit.
I've always been a loud person.
Yeah.
I've always been very loud with either what I wear, like, events that I go to. Like, if I go to a funeral, right, I'm not crying at that funeral.
That's crazy.
I'm making jokes.
Any
We're
funeral?
laughing. Any funeral.
You've never cried at a funeral?
I've cried at funerals, but like what I'm saying is that like you are more likely to see me cracking jokes
Yeah,
and
yeah.
laughing at a funeral.
It's better that way.
Definitely.
Yeah.
and no one does it, so it's like I will be the
Oh,
one.
I love when people do that.
You know, I'll be the
I
one.
love being at a funeral and hearing someone crack a joke, and I'm like, finally, we can loosen up a
because
little
like
bit.
90% of the time you don't see any of those people at the funeral again until the next funeral. You know what I mean? So it's you're not really worried about like
Yeah.
Yeah.
the family member that you never see in 6 years what they're gonna think. You know what I mean?
Right,
'Cause, like
right.
That's true.
you know, so that's one thing about the Caveman that it like I really stand on is like there's no like I don't want anyone to feel uncomfortable. Like if you come up to me and you're like, oh well, I'm doing this or I'm doing that. Do you agree with it? And it's like it doesn't matter if I agree with it. If you like it, that's what you like. You know what I mean? If it doesn't hurt anybody, like doesn't hurt yourself, like go
Right.
for it, do it.
Right.
Like try to be very open minded and free spirited with the Caveman. That's kind of what you know, because like who else besides GRD, Babs on the mic, a bunch of guys, Chickenhead, like they're all
No,
going
there's
out to the
yeah,
games. You know what I
super
mean?
fans,
Like,
yeah.
but I feel like it's deeper than that. Like, do you think like the modern person would be able to have that much attention on them? You know what I mean? Like, it gets a lot, especially if you're someone that has anxiety. Like some
Oh,
people
yeah,
with
yeah.
anxiety look at those type of people and go, "How are they doing it?" So if I can like influence people to like get out of that box and just
Yeah.
drown into a passion, that's probably the main focus of why I'm doing the Caveman. Is 'cause
I love
it's just
that.
it's so much fun. Like
Yeah.
you're able to walk in rooms and put smiles on people's faces, like you're doing something right, and it just feels natural.
Yeah, and I feel like you have something that like gets people involved. Like
Gets people going.
I
you
like
know?
what you said with the like you see someone and just think like how are they doing that? But then like if you walk up and you're like just come on. Like, you come over and like shoot one or like whatever, you know, you just get somebody to feel like they belong too.
Yep.
And now that's like a core memory. And then maybe they're brave enough to try something of their own, like get up on stage at school or like do something, you know? And
Yeah. Wear pajamas to Walmart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you see people doing that all the time.
Oh boy, that's my favorite thing, dude. I wear pajamas specifically to Walmart. I feel like you have to wear pajamas to Walmart.
Yeah, I
fit
feel like
in.
that's the Walmart dress
That's how
code.
you fit in. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Remember
know,
the website People of Walmart? You remember that?
I'm probably
No,
on
did I
it,
miss
dude.
it?
I wear some crazy
There was a
stuff.
website called People of Walmart at one point. This was like before social media, and it was just pictures of like wild shit you
That's
would see at
crazy.
Walmart. Yeah,
like the world star of Walmart.
yeah,
You know?
basically.
Yeah.
It was crazy. So, what's next with this caveman thing? Where are you trying to take it?
There's no destination that I've set for it.
Okay.
So I don't want to box myself
You're just
in.
vibing.
Yeah. I'm just having fun, but people love it. And I'm a big sports guy. Like
Yeah, yeah.
Celtics,
course.
Patriots, Bruins, Red Sox in that order. You know what I mean? Like it
Red
was.
Sox last?
How did they do?
I
Not
know.
great. Not
No,
great.
I get it.
Right. So
I-
their season's
no, trust
over.
me, I don't
It
vouch for the Red Sox
cycles.
doing
It cycles out. You know what I mean? Like if it was 3 weeks ago, I would probably say
Yeah,
it's
that, for me, it's
Red
whatever's in
Sox,
season.
Whatever's
really.
in. We're blessed with 4 like league
4
cornerstone teams.
legendary franchises.
Like
yeah.
each of those teams are a cornerstone in their respective leagues.
Yeah.
Celtics, Patriots, whether it's because we won all the time. We're Brady, whatever.
Massage
Red
parlors.
Sox, John Henry. Like the Green Monster, MLB, like 100 years old. Like there's all of them are instilled in history. So
Yeah.
like we're always lucky to have. No matter what the season's gonna be, we're out there acting like hooligans, just freaking out. Like
Yeah.
every game we're at it. And then Connecticut Sun, we're even here. You remember that
Right.
game?
Yeah.
We went crazy. That place was packed,
Yeah.
bro. For
That's
that's a good sign.
I mean, that's New England's WNBA team.
Yep.
So, and WNBA is popping right now. So.
Yeah, I think they're playing tonight, tomorrow, or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, they're in the playoffs too. But
Shout out Connecticut Sun.
yeah, the caveman videos, like it's brought me a lot of like self-reflection. I would say like I'm able to cope with it. I'm able to ground myself with it. Get a straighter mind in which I'm like, all right, what are you doing with life? Because before it, I was just traveling, going to a bunch of rap shows, going to a bunch of states to do whatever, whether it was LA like twice or Florida 13, 14 times. Like I was just doing. And then so I was like, maybe I'll move to Florida. Like I think a year ago this week, I was planning on moving to Florida just because there was just nothing up here popping to where I could find where I belong, So once like this caveman stuff, it was like, yo, this is what's going to ground you for now. This is what you can just have a free canvas to do whatever. You know what I mean? Like we were talking before where like I could do certain events just to match up with the color green. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And it can just grow as a brand. Like you don't have to be a Celtics fan to like the Caveman on Causeway. And that's the beauty part of it. It's like, I have a bunch of New York Knicks fans that love it.
Really?
Yep. I got Laker fans that love it. New Orleans Pelican fans love it. Like my people from Florida, they love it.
That's cool actually, because you think about it. Yeah, that there are teams that I hate, but they have like these things going on that I kind of like sometimes. You know what I mean? Like there was this like Philadelphia Eagles super fan a few years ago that I liked or something. Like if a guy has a good personality, you're gonna be attracted to that no matter what team they like. You know?
And I think if people just took more time to like study these, if you want to say characters or like content, like they'll realize at the end of the day we're all like the same.
Yeah,
we all deal with anxiety. We all deal with PTSD, and like I'm just a regular
and you just
guy.
happen to be born in a different city than me, so you root for a different team.
right.
So
Sports is not
it's
that
like-
serious. Yeah,
Right.
like to
Well-
hate each other about it. Like is crazy.
I mean, unless you're a Giants fan, then I'm gonna be
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
triggered.
it's fun to talk shit,
Right,
obviously,
yeah.
but it should never get too serious.
You should never like, let's say, burn a house down or burn a
No,
car down
or even fist
light your
fight someone
city
over
on fire.
sports.
You
Like
know what
it
I
should
mean?
never get that
And
serious.
we've done that. Boston's done that.
Yeah, we do that.
And we'll
stuff
do it
too
again.
much. Yeah, and we'll do it again. Me personally,
If
I'll
John
yell
Henry-
at you. I'll yell at you back and forth, but like just understand that that's fun banter. Like that's not.
Well, if
supposed
John
to
Henry
be
buys the
yeah.
Celtics, I mean, I hope we light up the city because John Henry cannot.
John Henry's not
buy
buying the Celtics. No,
He
What's
can't.
not happening?
He can't. I mean,
we already don't like.
There's
him as
been
the
rumors that
and
they're
he already
telling
owns
the people
enough teams. How many teams do you need, bro? It's crazy.
enough to buy more baby oil than Diddy.
Ooh, wow.
Interesting.
You
Now,
think
how
John
much
Henry ever
baby
went to a
oil do
Diddy
you
party?
think? Definitely. Yeah,
Probably.
definitely.
Probably.
How much baby oil do you think the average person goes through in their life?
1,000
20
bottles per
bottles?
year.
Do you
20
think you
bottles per year,
think
bro?
you've
That's
ever
more than
bought-
conditioner.
No, in their life. I mean, do you think you've bought 5 bottles of baby? I've never
I
bought
don't
a
even
bottle
think
of
I
baby
bought
oil.
a baby oil.
Yeah.
At all.
I've never bought
Maybe
it.
all.
baby powder, but
Yeah.
like
No.
you play sports, like you should have baby powder.
That is so funny.
I don't
dude.
use
Just
baby
like
oil.
The idea of like having
Hey,
an
isn't
amount
baby
of
oil for babies?
it. I don't know anything about that.
I think
But
it is. I'm pretty sure that's why they call it that. So,
Why don't
I
they
don't
call it adult oil?
yeah, like what is being sacrificed to make this oil?
Oh. Is baby oil just melted down babies?
I don't know, man. You hear some creepy stuff about what they do in their rituals, so you never know, man.
The baby oil companies?
You never know. They all got money. They all
That's probably true.
circulates.
Johnson & Johnson, we're on to you.
We're a family company.
Yeah, exactly. They love families because they give them the product that they need.
It's fun to banter about because it's like,
Sound off in the comments if you think Johnson & Johnson is making sure that families in select towns and cities are being farmed to have babies, and they take those babies and melt them down into the baby oil that they sell. Sound off in the comments if you think that's real.
this is a wild conversation.
That's what we
You're
just
all
came
in,
up
bro.
to. I thought we just came to the conclusion that that's what they did. They built small towns out
I'm
in the
already
middle of
like,
nowhere.
should I post this clip on Instagram or is this
I think we might just cut this out. Yeah, we might just cut all this out.
so to get back to like the caveman lore, where I'm trying to take it, there's no boundary. Like I can be in Florida, like, so shout out Anonymous and Caskey for this, right? So
Kasky.
they had a
No, fuck Kasky.
Yeah, we're enemies with Casper.
no,
Dude,
no.
he stole Casso's idea. You saw
He
it,
didn't
the
steal
paint
shit.
on his head.
Oh
the
my
paint on
gosh.
his head. You saw that.
There were
You saw
receipts.
that.
Yeah,
And
there were
everybody
receipts.
got views out of it. Oh no, you know.
Yeah. No, that was funny.
That's
That
my
was-
homie though. So like, he had me come out to Florida last month, September. So he had what you call a Future of Artists mastermind, him and Anonymous. So when I got down there, I brought the caveman outfit. Like they were asking me questions about like the social media and like how it happened. Cause so I downplay it, but a lot of people, when they bring it up, they're like, dude, like that was crazy. And I'm like, well, like, yeah, but I'm not done yet. You know what I mean? So I'm like, the job's not done. And I downplay it. But so I was able to talk to a bunch of different independent artists from all over the country that flew down to that event. But like, I didn't plan on going because last second just things came up. And they were like, yo, if you can get down here, like you can be a VIP. And that was 12 hours before I got on my flight.
Damn.
So I was able to take the caveman to other parts of the country. You know what I mean? So
That's
like,
awesome.
so instead it is the caveman on Causeway, correct? But it's like it made waves or an impact. You know, like I would not want. It's not about like fame as much as it is impact. If I'm making an impact, that's way more than fame because like, what is fame?
It's inside you.
You know, it's just how hard you go. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people that are famous, they went really hard in the paint and what they do, you know? So it's just what you consider it. But I never say that it's fame, you know? I made an impact. It was not WNBA, but it was the NBA finals, you know? All the stars were like there, you know what I mean? Like
it was a big stage.
I think fame is just a symptom of hard work. Like people aren't going to know who you were just because like you have like
you're not Hawk
the
Tuah.
thing. That was like an anomaly. I feel like there's not many things where like people just put a camera on you and now you're quote unquote famous and you are famous, period. Like there doesn't exist. Like
Overnight success is 10 years in the making.
Cato.
Yep.
Yeah. Shout out Cato.
Love those hats.
I almost quoted that on our last podcast, but I didn't get to interject it because, believe it or not, Jack is a yap box, dude. I can't get a word in with him on these other podcasts. Go watch the last episode with us. I couldn't get a word in.
You know what's funny?
Sponsored by his Batman hat.
You know what's hilarious about that? I was like self-conscious after the last episode because I felt like I didn't say anything like the whole time.
Oh, really? Because I feel like you're a yapologist
I
over
feel like
there,
I
dude.
wasn't
Me every
saying
time.
enough. Because
After-
Trill Manny was talking a lot. Shout out to Trill Manny.
Shout out Trillman.
He's a
He
yapper.
talks a lot too, yeah.
But he
Yeah.
had some good things to say.
Not yapping in a bad way.
no,
Just
not in a
talking.
bad way. He's just a yapper.
He's a conversationalist.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I think I got some crazy ideas for next year. Taking it beyond the country, but that's where I'll leave that. And then, so that'll be fun.
A lot of Celtics fans all over the world. So
yeah, they travel well, right? That's what they say about us on 2K. If you play 2K, Doris Burke, I can't stand that commentary, but
Doris Burke.
so she'll be like, yeah, the Celtics fans, they travel really well, and it's like, well,
they do.
Like
They
we
do.
win.
They do.
We win. You know what I mean? Like
It's important to win.
you know, like when you
Even
buy
when
it,
we're not winning, though, our teams still travel well.
they travel well.
better
but
than other
even
teams.
those terrible seasons we had.
Yeah.
they weren't that bad. Like I think one year we still made the playoffs. The other year I think we didn't, but it was just like we all knew it. We just like
The
go of the
Celtics
guys.
have
you know?
missed the playoffs once since 08, since
Right,
the
so-
championship. It was the first year of Brad Stevens. We missed the playoffs once. Next year we started off horrible, then we got Isaiah Thomas,
Yep.
and then he got us to the playoffs, and we've been in the playoffs ever since.
Yep.
So
I think Isaiah
was like-
Thomas was like if you break it down, he was a puzzle piece into this year's title.
yeah, absolutely. He
Eh,
sped up the rebuilding process. We
Yeah.
were supposed to suck after we got rid of Pearson KG. We were supposed to suck for like 3-4 years. We only sucked for a year and a half because
Yeah.
we got him.
It was still a 10-year process though too.
It was to win the
Because
championship.
2012, 2013 we let them go. We
Yeah,
let
2013.
KG.
2013.
So then 10 years later, what do? We go and win a title. And
Yeah.
now Boston is booming. And to follow up
but
the
but
journalism.
we never sucked. We only sucked for 1 year, which
Yep.
was great.
Yep.
A lot of teams have to go through years of sucking before they get good.
Detroit,
Yeah, Detroit, even the Sixers, like they sucked for a while.
they always suck.
Yeah.
The Sixers, dude, it's every year. You got to be worried about them. You got to be worried about them.
No, we hear it every year. We hear that.
They
We're
bought
hearing
a-
it with the Knicks this year too.
They bought an
Gotta be scared of the
injury-prone Paul
Knicks.
George.
Yeah. What do you think about the Knicks? Are you scared of the Knicks at all?
No, they're in a win now mode.
Yeah.
We've all seen a win now mode transaction, and I mean the only time it worked, I think both guys went no. So one guy, Kevin Garnett, he went. I say one guy like he's nobody, but one guy in one trade went to the Celtics. He went on to win a title, and then same thing with who was the other guy that got traded to? Oh, Kevin Love. 2 Minnesota big men that get traded to do new teams. The only difference is injuries, and like that's how it goes every year. I feel like the championship is always the guys that are,
Kevin Love was not the same as Kevin Garnett, though.
he had 42 rebounds or something in a game.
Kevin Love?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying like in the with Cleveland, he did
Oh,
not
no,
have
he
an
was-
impact on that championship the way that
No.
Kevin Garnett had an impact.
No, I
on the
think he had a
Celtics
bigger.
championship.
I think the impact of championships. Kevin Garnett takes that like all day. But
Yeah,
when it
Kevin
came
Love was
to,
a role player on
Yeah,
that
he was.
team.
He was a role player. Anyone's a role player to LeBron. You know what I
Sure.
mean? That's
Well-
why Kyrie wanted out
Yeah,
because he
that's
wanted
true.
to be the guy. So comparing.
I mean,
any-
Kyrie wasn't a role player. He was like the
he
second
was their guy.
superstar in that
He
team.
was their franchise guy the year before.
Kevin Love was actually
was he the number one guy? in
Kevin Love was
Minnesota at the time?
fantastic in Minnesota.
Yeah,
He
and then he
wasn't
went to
as good in
Cleveland. He just
Cleveland.
he ring chased.
Yeah.
That was the big ring chase.
Is it
times.
better to be the guy on a team where you're the only guy and not win, or be a role player and get championships?
Depends on what team we're talking about. Because the Boston Celtics, they're all superstars. So it's like,
I mean, if we're talking money, it's better to be the guy.
right?
Well, like, okay, interesting.
Endorsements.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
face of the
But
city.
would you rather, when you're on your deathbed, let's think end of your life here, like, I mean, not deathbed necessarily, but like you're retired, it's over, it's hung up, and you look back like, yeah, I got paid the most, or like, or one of the highest, or I have a championship, I have this, like, you know, it's
Yeah.
like one of those things. What
I
do you
think
really care about
everyone
in the end?
Everyone really wants the championship, but I think if you look at a guy like Carmelo Anthony, who was one of the best players in the league for a long time, never won a championship, Chris Paul too, guys like that, they're not going to look back at their career and say I failed. Like
Right.
they were great.
I mean,
for a
they
long
played at the
time.
highest
They-
level,
Yeah,
so
they
yeah.
played at the
Yeah.
highest level. So yeah, you have to be good to yourself, be nice to yourself, and be like, hey,
Yeah.
you accomplished some great things, and you did great.
Yeah.
But
Melo was cold.
But the guys who did win a championship, they'll always have that over the guys who didn't.
For sure. Well, I mean, you saw how hard they roasted Randy Moss at the Tom Brady roast.
Yeah. And, you know, everyone
I
loves
felt
Randy.
bad for him after a while. I was like,
That
we
man
get
lost,
it.
like,
Everyone loves
2,
Randy,
3
one of the
Super Bowls,
greatest,
man.
one of the greatest receivers of all time. But yeah, you can always clown him for not winning a championship. And you see Shaq and Charles
Barkley.
Barkley
Oh my
on
gosh.
TNT. Anytime they get in an argument, Shaq's like,
Chuck, you don't know about winning a championship. you don't got a ring, Chuck. You don't know what Kenny and I are talking about, Chuck.
That's kind of like what I say to my buddy Lil Flex from out in Indiana. He's a big Pacers fan. We actually made like a content video of Pacers fans having nightmares of like Boston fans because we swept them. So like during the mastermind in Florida, I was like telling people, yeah, his name's Owen, because the Indiana Pacers went 0-4 against us. So I was like, yeah, it's my buddy Owen. And so he tried tagging me in something the other day, and I was like, dude, you guys hold on to Reggie Miller. Y'all didn't even win a ring with him. You know what I mean? Like, that's y'all's Barkley.
yeah.
Call him Indiana Barkley.
That was my introduction. My introduction to the Celtics was 2002 was the first season that I like actually watched. And I was only 9 years old. But we played Reggie Miller in the playoffs.
Yep.
That was like towards the end of his career. We played him in 02, 03, and 02, 03, 04, 05. I think we played the Pacers every year in the playoffs.
Yeah, they
in the
were a
first
big team.
round. And it was Jermaine O'Neal and Reggie Miller.
Oh, Jermaine O'Neal.
And that was
also
like my
played for the
introduction to
Celtics.
the NBA, was watching Paul Pierce and Antoine Walker against those guys.
Yeah.
It's good times.
The ultimate rivalry.
Jermaine O'Neal was also on the Celtics.
Yeah, briefly.
Yep.
Wasn't as good.
No, same thing with Jared Sullinger.
Sullinger was nice.
He was nice, but like I felt like he could have been better with us. For
He
sure.
was only. I mean, he started with
Didn't
us.
have the
He started
pieces
his
with us.
career with us.
Yeah, and then he went to what, Toronto?
Toronto, he didn't do anything with them.
Yep.
His problem was he couldn't stay in shape.
I think that's a lot of the issue sometimes with a
He
lot of
was
guys. Like Zion.
Yeah.
But like James Harden.
Yeah.
It's like crazy. It's like, damn, they just blow up.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it. I mean, I don't get it because I try to gain weight all the time, but
Yeah. I can understand, like, everyone has a different mentality. Some guys just stay hungry. Some guys get that first $300 million check and they kind of relax a little bit,
yeah. Did Zion get? He got a crazy contract walking into the league, didn't he? He was like the #1 Jordan guy at the time or something. Zion's.
Yeah, he was a Nike guy. He was. Yeah, he was expected to do a lot and he's had injuries and he's never gets in shape. That's one of his problems too.
Yeah.
He's always been overweight.
Who else was there? So many. Like I feel like the Celtics and the Patriots. Those two teams. We've had a lot of other like stars of other cities play for our cities at the tail end of our career, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
Let's
one thing
talk
I've thought
about
about it. Reggie Wayne.
Reggie Wayne. Who was that running back? Steven Jackson.
Yep, Steven Jackson in that 2019 playoff run.
Fred Taylor.
Yep. It was on the tip of my tongue and I lost it. Who is it? That guy?
Fred Taylor. He was a running
Fred-
back.
yeah, he was-
for the Jaguars,
yep.
I think mostly. And then we
Desmarius
had
Thomas.
Demarius
R.I.P.
Thomas, R.I.P. John Lynch. Do you remember him?
Yep, he was the linebacker,
Safety.
safety. Yeah,
He was a safety for
he
the
owns
Buccaneers.
49ers now.
He might.
Yeah,
I
he's
wouldn't be
GM or
surprised.
something.
Okay, yeah. But he played for the Patriots just in the preseason, I think.
And then the Celtics had Shaq.
Celtics had Shaq.
They called him the Green Shamrock.
Celtics had Stephon Marbury in 2009.
A lot of people don't know that.
A lot of people don't know
A lot
that. I
of people
posted
don't
that
know
recently.
that. Yeah, I almost met him in New York City last month or 2 months ago, and
Yeah.
I just missed him. But like that was the one thing I was gonna say. It was like, yo, you made an impact in those 8 or 9 games as a Celtic. Like,
In those 8 or 9 games. It really was like that
Yep.
that short. Yeah, he was there for like a couple weeks. And then that's when he went to China after that. He
yeah,
didn't get
he's
signed
still
to another
huge.
team.
He's a
And he ended up being like the best player in the history of the Chinese league. So,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
So good for him.
Who else is there? I keep having
Who
him
else?
on my tongue. Yeah, Marbury, that's a good one. Rasheed Wallace.
Rasheed Wallace.
Yep.
He was a big part of that team that went to the finals
In
in 2010.
2010, yeah. He also made a basket into the own rim that year. Like
I don't remember
so
that, but
he inbounded the ball or like went to go rebound it and
Yeah.
it bounced back into the ball, the hoop.
the number one thing I remember about Rasheed on the Celtics is ball don't lie. I remember hearing that on TV every night.
I now say
Every
that
night.
every game. Every
when he
game.
fouled the guy and he didn't think it was a foul, he'd be arguing with the ref, and then the guy would go to the free throw line,
Miss.
and he would miss the first free throw, and then he would go, ball don't lie.
Yep.
Every time.
Now it's a staple.
They started making T-shirts about it
That
and
is
everything.
hilarious.
It was great.
Yep. I'm wicked excited for the Celtics season though.
Hell yeah.
I think that there's something different going on with this Celtics run than before. I don't know if it's just like the social media aspect that's tied into everything nowadays. I don't know if it's just how it goes, but like everything in Boston seems to be popping. Everything, even if the Red Sox aren't doing that good, something with them pops off. Like
They're always
See,
the
but
thing about
that's to me, that's not a good thing. I don't like that the Red Sox still draw fans even when they suck because it doesn't give ownership any motivation.
right.
to
That's the
improve the
downfall.
team.
Well,
yeah,
that is true.
know?
I've seen time and time again people go to Fenway Park not for baseball, but because it's like a
Tourists.
tourist
Fenway has
attraction.
become
Yeah.
a tourist attraction where, like, when we suck, the real fans aren't going, but the
Right.
stadium is still filled with tourists.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
People are just,
ownership has no motivation
Yeah.
because they're like, we're still selling tickets. Who cares?
They're not
Yeah,
though.
they're-
There's always empty seats.
Yeah,
It's
it's
crazy.
not
They look
like
like
it
a
was.
Florida game.
I
It's
wonder if they pay
embarrassing.
people to go behind the scenes like WWE
I don't
does.
know.
You know that? Do you know
No, not
WWE
to
does that?
Fenway. Well, honestly, if they do, then that would be embarrassing because they're still not going.
I just don't like John
They
Henry.
were giving away like $1 tickets at like Cumberland Farms.
They
or
give away
something. Like, I
jerseys
don't know.
now.
Something was happening.
They give away the jerseys too.
I think you have to buy a special ticket
Right.
usually, but they do have all these themed
Incentivizing
nights. Yeah, where it's
the
like
losing.
Greek night, Dominican night,
One
Mexican
Piece
night.
Japanese
night.
Heritage
They had
night.
One Piece night. I got
Yeah.
the bobblehead.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, they had a bunch of nights. They had Star Wars
Noah
night.
Khan night.
It
Yeah,
was
that's
no kind
right.
of. They
Yeah.
call
Yeah.
her daddy night. Like, I mean,
Crazy.
That's crazy. I don't know what that girl has to do with Boston at all. Is she even from here?
The caller daddy girl.
I don't even
She's
know
the
her.
one
Yeah.
from Duxbury who was married to
She's from
Zach
Duxbury
Bryan.
originally, or do they live in Duxbury now?
She's from Massachusetts originally.
Okay,
That's
so
why
I
they
had
live
no.
here.
I don't like
Yeah,
even
yeah.
know about her. I
Like
just
I'm
know
not
that
from
she had the
Boston, but I'm from Massachusetts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I still got the accent somewhere screwed up. You know?
For sure,
But
yeah.
You're
I say
from-
from New Hampshire to Rhode Island, people have accents.
Yeah.
Maine too. If you go up
I
to
guess
Bangor, Maine, you ever been
I
to
always
Bangor,
think of the
Maine?
Maine accent, kind of like this.
I turfed a field up in Presque Isle, which is like 5 hours north of Portland. Total middle of nowhere. Like
It's crazy.
depressing, nothing, cold.
What's going on up there? What are people doing?
Farm, agriculture,
Yeah.
religion.
Meth.
Religion. I was telling Owen
I'm sure
sometimes-
meth is up there.
Yeah.
because they seem to meth around a lot up there.
They seem to meth around. It's a real methy situation.
real methy situation. But that's all-
Comedy on Causeway coming soon.
Hey, there we go, dude. Yeah, no, Maine's different. I won't compare.
I was
Maine
telling
to New
Owen,
England.
I go on the Snapchat map sometimes, and I go like up to northern New England and just like see what people have posted and what's
Yep.
going on up there. And a lot of it is what you'd expect.
Is
like
that why I got random people on my public story?
agricultural and whatnot?
I'll
you know?
post and they'll be like, some dude I never met in my life has somehow watched my Snapchat story.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
me. I have like 12 different accounts, dude.
Yeah.
I'm just creeping on
Yikes.
everybody.
Yikes, dude. Don't admit that. That's weird.
That's hilarious.
So where are you from originally? Because you
So-
said you're from a few places.
Right. So I bounced around a lot growing up. I was born in Leominster in 98 and then lived in Shirley and Air for like 3 years. And then it's mainly been New Hampshire, but never one spot. So like it
Okay.
was Newton, it was Kingston, it was...
See, these are all Massachusetts
Durham.
towns. We have the
Yeah.
same town
Well,
names.
yeah, nobody's creative. And
Yeah.
like how did
Every
you guys drop
state
the
has a
ball?
Milford and a Milton and
Yep.
like
Or
all
a
Annoying
that
because it
Concord.
all
Yeah.
comes from England, where all those things are
Yeah.
still there.
And we're
too.
just
Yeah.
New England, and we just took all their
I
town.
We just
hate
put
it.
new in front of everything besides a few things.
pissing me off.
Like we have in New Hampshire, we have a Durham and a New Durham. And
There's
it's
a
like,
new Boston in New Hampshire.
yeah, I've delivered there.
crazy.
When I worked for Amazon, I delivered out there. But yeah, no, I moved around a lot. I think in high school, I bounced around. Middle school, bounced around. Always. I think it was always. I think as early as first grade, I can remember the bouncing around, the moving.
How many different schools did you go to?
Different schools. Luckily, I went to like a one district that a lot of the towns were part of. But I think I went to Sanborn, I went to Longview, I went to Great Bay Charter School, and then I went to a trade school in Exeter. So that's like I did building construction technologies for trade school. Got out of high school and was like, I hate this. I don't want to do it. So I got out of it for a long time, and now I do some form of construction, but it's not like framing or anything like.
I was gonna say transferable skills. Now you're turfing.
Yeah, now I'm turfing,
Talk
dude.
about the turfing.
Oh man, I love the turfing game. Even though there's days I hate it because I'm new and it's just like anything. You know, once you're new, you're low on the totem pole, you don't call shots. Now, if you really trust in yourself and you're really confident with yourself in some things, you're going to get upset if you're not, you know, breaking a threshold at some company. But that's just with everything. And so I've been working for about a year now doing turfing. I think this was my first year officially. I've done places like Gillette Stadium, Northeastern. I think we did some repairs on Rutgers down in Jersey. Done a couple of places in Pennsylvania, a couple of places in Connecticut. I've done an NBA Superstars house turf field, and that was really, really
Tell
cool.
us who.
I can't.
Tell us who we're walking right now. This podcast is over, dude.
Wah, wah. Yeah, I would say it. I would love to, but I don't know how they would handle it. You know,
Yeah,
I see.
I had to sign when I worked with the company.
Once there's paperwork involved, we don't want to touch it. Never mind. I take my statement back.
No, I mean, hey, it's fun to talk about. Like, if you catch me in person, I'll tell you. You know what I mean? I'm not
Okay.
going to tell you where they live. I'm not going to, you know what I mean? But
Yeah, you're not gonna say like if they played against the Celtics in the playoffs. last
right,
year.
right. I'm not going to. Oh, yeah, you know, they might have.
We can cut that out. We can cut that
No,
out.
no, you know, I mean, that's the fun banter about it. You know,
leaves it up to like
It leaves
a
it up
lot of
to
players,
you to
so.
figure out if
Yeah.
it's your house. If you're an NBA superstar,
Yeah.
I might have turfed your house. Sounds really weird,
Dude,
but I'm the
that does
caveman.
sound like you pranked somebody. I turfed your house.
I stuck a Celtics logo underneath your turf. Ha ha! Like you never know.
I do have a question. We had a turf field in our high school, several.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Is it safe to eat those little rubber beads?
Why would you eat those?
Why would you
dude?
eat them,
Dude, you just
That's
do. Like, it's
crazy.
just-
Let me-
I'm not doing it on purpose. It just happens,
Let
dude.
me let me kick it to you like
So they
this.
just went in your mouth you're
All the
saying?
time,
You
dude.
never tried to spit them out?
I mean, they stick, dude. They get
He's
stuck.
like, they taste good.
Yeah, well, once they go inside, dude,
I'm going
it's
like,
worse.
and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh no.
So
like,
I'll-
how
I'll-
many
I'll-
can you eat before you die?
I don't know that answer.
How
I'm
many
pretty
can
sure
you
it's
eat
less
before
than you
you
think.
lose a whole grade point average.
I think you're at risk, right?
Once you put it in,
What?
once you put it into consume, I think you automatically lose IQ because
4 or
it's like
5
you
years of your
shouldn't
life.
you shouldn't be putting something like the pellets because I'll put it to you like this: when
What if it gets in your eye? Is that okay?
no pink eye.
Why do you make them? Why do you guys make them? Do you have
Sounds dangerous.
any
So
other?
I don't make
dangerous.
them. I just install it. But
They
so
gotta
there's
come
a science. It's a science behind it, and a lot of places ignore it. I'm not going to say specific ones because I don't know specific ones to ignore it, but it's a
Some
science.
make you fat,
So-
dumber faster.
Potentially. I mean, I feel dumb every day on the field, but that's because I'm in 95,
How many did
100
you eat?
degree. Man, I had probably 8 bags full.
Yeah,
You know,
I thought
just
that, yeah.
hungry on the field and, didn't want to
So
walk
they do
back to the
taste
trailer.
good. You
Dude,
guys-
they
No.
taste amazing with like the worry of getting some random disease. Because think about it.
Yeah, have you ever had
you're
one of those-
spitting on the turf, you're puking because you're dehydrated. Like
Exactly.
these sports players,
Seasoned.
they piss themselves or like, you know what I mean? They have a log slip or something. You never know. You know what I mean? So like personally, I've never had to deal with them like being consumed, but like, dude, they attach to your socks, your clothing. They
Oh, yeah.
don't
They
go
get in your
away.
shoes. If you play sports on those fields, you end up with those things in your shoes.
I was about to
Every time.
I was about to put on a pair of socks today, clean out of the wash.
Yeah.
And there's pellets all over
Yeah,
it. And I'm
yeah.
like, dude, I was like,
And you got to pick them off individually, but
no,
why
throw them
even
away.
do it? Yeah.
Throw them
Oh,
away.
you just throw them away?
Throw them away, dude. I'm not gonna sit there for 20 minutes just pulling them off.
What's
pulling
your
them off.
opinion on people say that turf is causing more injuries in the NFL and they should go back to natural grass?
Gain 200 something pounds, run at 20 miles an hour as a 300-pound dude, and then stop on a dime. Over and over and over and over. Now, I'm not going to sit here and be like, I'm pro turf, but guess what? I do work in the turf industry. So
I know.
these are things that, like,
I'm just saying, people
no,
say that
yeah,
there were
yeah,
less
yeah.
injuries like that before the turf.
Okay, well, what was
type
that
of
grass
injuries do you
Super
mean?
Bowl?
Like knee injuries, like people.
What was the grass Super Bowl like 2 years ago?
Or it's on mud and stuff.
Right.
I
And there was a
yeah.
D4, or not D4, 49ers defensive end or defensive line or the linebacker. He jumped up. It was Greenlaw, I think. It was Dre Greenlaw. It might be. Don't quote me on that. He had jumped to celebrate and he tore a ligament.
Yeah.
So
That was last year. Yeah.
Right. Like,
yeah.
but that was grass.
That was
Yeah.
grass.
So
I think the turf gives you better grip, like overall. But I do think
A lot
like
of
when
players
it's
have
wet,
said
it
that,
slides a certain
like
way.
knee injuries and stuff have come from playing on turf.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I don't know exactly.
This is not me saying this. This is.
I'll give you a
you've
great
heard it.
example. I'll give you a great example. So the MetLife Stadium, you have the Giants and you have the Jets that play there twice a week. Regardless, that field is being used twice a week unless it's a bye or both. Somehow teams are being used out. In a
Also, I
different-
think it's crazy that both of those teams use the same stadium.
it's bad. It's horrible
I think it's terrible. Thank you.
because now, so when you complete a turf field and
New
you are, it's,
York teams having to use the same stadium.
it's walkthrough time.
Yeah.
You know, when you go through and see if it's all level, you put rubber, sand, rubber, sand, whatever the
How much
science.
of the sand can you eat?
I'm sure you could eat a lot more than you think.
Okay.
You know,
I'll try sometime.
you know,
Test that out for us.
all right.
We'll
You
do
know,
it on the
cinnamon
podcast.
challenge. We'll do the sand challenge.
It's been a while, but I think I could do
you know,
probably like a pound or
caveman,
two.
sand man, turf man. I don't know, any man,
Plant man.
plant man, ant man.
So I
Don't
have
sue me, Marvel.
shout out Ant-Man, shout out Marvel. Reverse shout out Marvel post WandaVision to
Reverse shout
certain things like coming up now, but they're coming back. Anyways, doesn't matter. I want to know your philosophy on this because you're on the turf.
Yeah.
And there's probably so many more differences, but just an immediate difference that I think might be causing these injuries you were talking about. So if you have cleats on turf, I think
Yeah.
that's better grip than cleats on any kind of grass.
Therefore,
It
you
could-
could get stuck sometimes, though.
No, but
Also
maybe
depends on the base. That's also not talked about.
like
a
the
lot.
type
Like
of
if
soil.
the grip is
what
so
we're
good,
what we're putting the turf on.
True.
There's been fields we go to
where
put
they
the turf
slide.
on, and the base is junk. Like it's got humps and everything.
yeah.
Okay.
And then they turn around and send like a giant roller to flatten it all out. I'm sorry, but like
You don't put a grade like so. I thought the
it's
sand.
so the turf people don't do the grade.
Oh, that's weird.
It's up to another company that these people that want the field done, they pay another company. They don't care.
Okay.
They care, but they don't. You know what I
they
mean?
get it close enough. Yeah.
These people have a lot of money, so like if they can cut costs, they're gonna cut costs. We see that in everyday America, people cutting costs. So if a base, it all starts at the base of the turf. So underneath the turf, we roll out the panels, or Shaw does it differently. All these companies, they do it differently. So AstroTurf is a company, not the material.
Right.
AstroTurf, that's a company.
That's a company.
Okay.
That's
It's like
like a
Kleenex.
design. It's like a patent almost.
And it's named after the Astrodome, right?
I don't know. I wouldn't know that, to be honest.
I think it is.
Sound off in the comments if you think it's named after the Astrodome.
The Astrodome in
Let us know.
Houston, I believe, was one of the first stadiums to use this material, and I think that's why
Okay.
it's.
Yeah, hey, you might know.
called
I'm
that.
still learning
Yeah.
every single day, and I think that's the beauty of it too, is that I'm always learning. But so when you put down those layers of rubber sand, you got your perfect concoction of rubber and sand, and it's flat. They use sometimes a scanner to see if it's all level, whatever. Then you use it twice a week. Those pellets are going to move. You're going to have divots. You're going to have unsettled turf. If it rains, there's going to be clumped up. Like a lot of things go into turf that I think. Now, I'm no master turf technician, whatever the case may be, but based off observation, there's a lot of holes that can be plugged or fixed to help the turf game grow and not be so hated with player injury. Because if I'm Julian Edelman, right, and I'm running a zig route, or I'm running like
It's the zigs,
instant like moving the body, right? Your G-force is going all into one leg. If that one leg is going into a lower or higher mound than your right leg, now your body is off. Your
Oh
spine
yeah,
is
that's
off. Everything
terrible.
is- That's
that
terrible.
should never happen.
Yeah.
But you don't take care of the fields the right way. You cut corners, you do anything like that, now you have these arguments. And like I've said this to people that do turf in the industry, they're completely different opinion about it. But that's the opinion I observed.
Are
Is
these
like
the people that use it?
common
though, always?
sense. I feel like a little bit like, like I feel like when you twist your ankle, right? If you play street ball and like the edge of the court is like a hump, right? And you step on the hump and you twist your ankle. It's the same like way of tearing ligaments, breaking ankles, whatever, and you get that question a lot doing turf. It's like, oh, do you think it's safer? And honestly, it makes me good money. So I gotta do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if it hurt you, I'm sorry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I can't, it's out of my hands,
But if you had like a cleat like with the spikes down, but if you're cutting and now your spike might be at an angle and the glossy part of your cleat is now on turf where it's probably going to slide on the plastic like material of the turf versus like where if there was dirt and grass, it might kind of grab that a little bit. So that's why I'm wondering if people that are used to making cuts on grass fields now are trying to do those same things with cleats that are kind of made for the grass or work better that way. And now you're doing the same thing, but the material is different, so you slide, and that's how you could also hurt yourself. So I think there's a lot of factors. So that was kind of what I was wondering before. But a bad grass though, with all the little rocks and stuff like that, also is bad.
There's
So
nothing
it's like-
worse than bad grass. I don't think. Yeah.
And not on NFL fields, hopefully, but you never know.
I think
Back in the day, NFL field, you
Or
watch some
grass.
old NFL highlights, like
mud
in the,
bowls.
yeah. During the playoffs, like in the winter, guys would have mud all over them, like grass in their helmet. Like
The
it
mud
was,
bowls,
it was messy.
the snow bowl.
Yeah.
So in 2026, Gillette Stadium is going back to grass. I don't know if
Really?
it's permanent, but they're having the
How do you
World
feel
Cup
about
there.
that?
We'll go in and replace it again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if it's so that's considered. There's two types of jobs, like a private and then just like a what is the other one? It's private and commercial or public or whatever. And it's fluctuating. It fluctuates on like what type of place you do. So like Gillette, it's considered private, but if you go to a high school, it's considered a government job in a way because it's a school or it's a high school.
yeah.
So it is different in all of it, and it's a big game, and it's a lot to learn. And like one of the machines that we use, it's like 40, 50 pounds, and it's a giant like sewing machine that you sew the panels together. You can't just run it in one day. Like it's like you can mess up in turfing, like installing it, but certain things, if you mess up, you're putting yourself a day behind, 2 days behind. Like we did Gillette Stadium in.
You did Gillette Stadium?
Yeah, we did a Gillette Stadium in February. Yeah, in the middle of the cold. So when they came out with the Dynasty, I was going to work every morning while watching it because they pay for hotels, everything like that. So we were right at the stadium anyway. So 4 a.m. hit, I was on Apple TV watching the documentary, and then gotta go to work, and then seeing like the same clips they used driving into the stadium.
That's crazy.
Walking,
That's
walking
awesome.
in the middle of Gillette Stadium, like the grass, and just looking around, dude. It was like,
It's got to feel good.
whoa, this play happened here. And then you catch
Yeah.
yourself running the same routes or like,
Oh, I'd be doing that.
like
I'd bring a football with me. Are you kidding me?
they caught me
be
me
like, "Who wants to
sprinting
play?"
tools around the field and the superintendent of the field. So the superintendent of the field isn't Kraft. That's who Kraft answers to, whatever. I don't know all the details.
Kraft answers to somebody?
No, like answers to Kraft.
Oh, I see.
You know what I
Okay,
mean? Like,
okay,
how
yeah,
is my
yeah.
field? You're the superintendent of the field. He goes, you really like what you're doing, huh? And I'm like, I'm working at Gillette Stadium. So like all day my energy was like that's like
Yeah.
a
Yeah, yeah.
hamster and a wheel. It was just like bing, bing, bing. Everything. It was cool. And he's like, oh, I think you should keep sticking to turfing and become a superintendent, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, it sounds like a cool idea. So like, even if the caveman stuff doesn't work, I'm probably turfing because
yeah.
you just can't let it go. It's sports no matter what, you know? So, but it's cool to have knowledge of, like, you don't know turfing's a job until it's a job. I thought people at the stadiums took care of that shit.
Right.
I didn't think that a whole separate ass company with
Right,
technology and science involved and money that you didn't think was involved with it. Like, it's a good career. Like, a lot of people have been like, dude, why are you spending your money on Caveman when like you make decent, okay money? And it's like, well, what else am I going to spend it on?
Dude,
I'm like,
let me live.
I don't want a house.
Well, it's
you know
not
what I mean?
every day that you get a chance to start a brand that's yours.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like, why would I do a job like everybody else does, or have a chance to do something unique that's mine and I can build it up myself?
Right.
Like, what kind of a question is that? Like,
That's
that
crazy.
person is. I hate that.
Fuck
person.
those people.
I hate the question. They're like,
It's a
what are
horrible
you doing?
question.
And it's
Yeah,
like,
I hate the question, not the person.
right. The question is
Also, in
always
this
the
day and
question.
age, if you go viral during the NBA Finals, you have to try to capitalize on that in some way.
Absolutely.
Like, come on.
And I'm so glad for my buddy Tyler because he was all in on it too. And I had just met him that day, the first video. And since
way.
then, we just locked in.
Can we,
we got
plug
plans.
him? Does he have an Instagram? We
Yeah,
can plug?
I believe it's Tyler_Hopkins, but
Okay.
we'll put it. You'll put it out there.
Yeah, yeah,
whatever.
we'll
But Tyler's a great dude of mine. We make a lot of videos for sports, and we got more coming out too. Because with the Caveman show coming out, the Causeway Cave podcast I got coming out.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna try to basically not replicate what the finals were, but like I'm gonna be outside, even if I'm not able to get into a game, because I'm not rich. I don't care what anyone thinks. I am a
Dude,
regular
I've done the
dude.
same thing.
I
I've
don't-
gone
you know,
to
like-
the Garden just to watch a game at a bar, like,
Right.
on Causeway.
But to
Like,
be with the fans on
Yeah.
Causeway, like that's why it's the Caveman on Causeway. I've been trying to tell people it's for the fans, by a fan, from a fan. Because it was from the fans. Some Celtics fans calling me Caveman, you know what I mean? So it's from the fans, and then it's for the fans because we all love the Celtics or whatever you like. You know, I probably rock with too. Like if there's a guy in Philly, he's like 302 Eagles. He's a content guy. He rocks with me just because of the color green.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's cool
out
that
green.
able to.
I noticed when I use the bleed green hashtag on Instagram, sometimes I use it for the Celtics. But then if you look at that hashtag, it's all Celtic stuff and Philadelphia Eagles stuff.
Yep.
We're the two franchises that say bleed green.
and they rock the green the most. So it's
No birds. No.
yeah.
But yeah, fuck the Eagles.
Yeah,
also.
I gotta say fuck the Eagles
Yeah,
only
fuck the
because y'all beat my team on my birthday. Like
That was
I can't
fucked up.
forget that. You know what I mean? That's like if a dog dies on your birthday, your whole life you're gonna cry. You know what I mean? So, yeah, the caveman stuff is dope. All right, I guess so, dude. I mean, if that's how you feel about it.
Yeah,
No, this
man.
will be our cut in. We just cut in at the laugh. That was-
No, that was funny. But anyways, let's
I
get back
couldn't
to the
fake
show.
laugh for some reason.
Yeah,
so.
no, you did. You laughed. I heard it. But so we got your vision with the caveman. And to clarify once again, caveman on Causeway.
Yep.
If anyone's gonna goof on that, don't goof.
Caveman _
Causeway. No, caveman _ Causeway. So
Okay,
instead of because
gotcha.
it looked like wrong, like OCD wise, to put
I see what you mean
caveman
with the
on
E and the O
Causeway and
right
the
after.
on right. So I was
Yeah.
just like, how about we use
Caveman
the
Causeway.
underscore as anything it can be?
Yeah,
any variable
whatever.
can go there.
Doesn't
the caveman
matter.
from caveman. It's caveman on. You know, just
Makes sense.
it's creative.
Yeah.
You know, it was like an art thing. I had to stick with. It was like it's artistic. I got to stick with just caveman on
Hell
Causeway.
yeah.
I was
And
like,
tell
'cause-
Tell us what you just told us off camera because this is awesome.
all right.
You looked up what Causeway means or why
Right.
the street was named that.
Right. So
Yeah.
coming out with the podcast next month, me and the guys were thinking about names, and they had one and I had another. The one I had, obviously, I'm gonna stick to because it's something I created. So in my heart, it's what I desire. But I was like, yo, the Causeway Cave. So then when we were trying to figure out the name, I was like, yo, let's just do a poll. We'll do one you guys like, one I like, and we'll let the fans decide because that's how the caveman's possible. So that night, before I said that's what I was going to do, I looked up where the word causeway originated from. So in Ireland, there is a cave called the Giant Causeway. So for me, I was like, I have to use that name. I was like, it was almost like
And it's in Ireland too.
and it's in Ireland, tying into the Celtics
Celtics.
culture. I'm
Yeah.
Irish, and it's just,
crazy.
it all ties in, and that is what made me be like, "Yep, I got to do it." So I put the post up, like what people wanted, whether it was Cave Cast or the Causeway Cave. The Causeway Cave just took off. Everybody was like,
I like
voted.
that one,
Everybody
yeah.
voted for it. So I was like, "All right, that's what we're gonna do." So still waiting on the logo, but like. That's how I love to do the things that I do is like, there has to be multiple reasons. Just like with all my tattoos. I think my tattoos have like 3 or 4 reasons each little piece just because it means something along the lines and it's art. So
Yeah.
the world, I say this to a lot of people, the word earth, if you take away the word art, you can only spell the word eh. I tell it to people all the time. So if
Yeah.
there's no art in the situation
that.
or no art in the world,
It's just
it's just so
I like that.
that's one thing, like the biggest thing for the caveman on Causeway. It's an artistic expression. I mean, I'm a big Boston sports maniac, but now I can like act like a maniac out in public, like scream, you know what I mean? Like,
And it's your job.
and now it's my job, and like I can take it anywhere. And that's what I'm looking forward to the most.
I love that.
I love that. Yeah. By the way, is this a universal thing? It's just impossible to get somebody to turn around a logo for you. It just takes forever. I feel like we can't do it.
It's really hard.
And nobody
Like-
does it. Yeah.
Like,
Everyone says they'll do it, but nobody does it.
right. I'm waiting on the Causeway Cave logo myself.
Dude,
I'm
we're
like,
still waiting on the logo.
You don't have one yet?
I've been having him make it for like 2 weeks.
You got
now.
stickers though.
Yeah, I got stickers. So the stickers, I'll talk about the stickers real quick. I did not think y'all would love the stickers as much as it has been
Hell yeah.
because I got like 300. Just I'll get 300. If people want them, they want them. They don't.
Yeah.
It worked. It didn't.
Should have numbered them.
Now I have everybody asking me for them.
That's dope.
And I'm like, yo, I will get you one. And I'm not even selling them. They're not for sale right now.
You're just giving them out.
I want to make sure everybody that truly rocks with the Caveman on Causeway gets at least one. If you
Yeah.
want to buy more than one, then you're going to
All
buy
right,
more
well,
than
we
one.
We need one.
And you guys need one. I got to get another shipment. But the people I go through, they'll advertise that you can get them in 3 to 5 business days. You don't get them for 20 days. So
Dude,
it really,
what's up with everybody lying all the time?
Can we not lie?
driving me
Can we
nuts.
just be
Like,
real about it?
no,
It's
'cause
not
I'm-
coming for a month.
Dude, one of
You
my
know?
biggest pet peeves is lying. It's like,
oh
stop
my
lying,
gosh,
dude. It drives
what
me
do you
crazy.
get out of lying? You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
like most times, like if you're dealing with people like myself, I'm listening to everything you say to me. It's not gonna go away. I'm not gonna forget about it. I have this thing up here inside these walls that I don't
It's called the brain.
forget. You know, it's a wild place
Cursed
up there.
with memory.
Yeah, but
feel you.
it's a wild place up there, and so I'm not able to forget. Like if someone tells me, "Oh, like I'll be there at 5:30, I'm leaving at 5," right? And you show up at 7, it's like
You lied.
you lied.
yeah.
It's not something came up, you lied. You didn't reach out. You didn't, and that's
So something like
5
that.
minutes is one thing. That's totally. I'm always 5 minutes late.
Yeah, yeah.
But like an
Even
hour and
20
a half,
minutes. Even 20 minutes is fine.
like it's
Yeah.
fine. But like
good way to cover yourself because Jack was 45 minutes late today coming here.
This
I'm just
fucking
kidding.
guy. Wait, what? You know how many times you were an hour late when we did it at my house?
I was gonna say I actually thought that I was like I did this to Jack so many times. I always I run late a lot.
I think
But it's never it's not like a 2 hour late kind of thing.
right. No,
Yeah, no,
There's
no.
been some things I've gone to this year where like they were like an hour and a half late, and like they asked me to come down here, and I'm like, "What? You told me to be here at 6. It's 8:30. We're not even.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
You know who was
like,
40 minutes early tonight? This guy.
Yeah,
Dude,
I
talk
was.
about punctuality. That's
Yeah,
insane.
no, this guy was early.
I do.
I was on my
respect it.
way, and he texted me. He DM'd me on the Boston's Big Four page. Like, I'll be there. You said you were 7 minutes out.
Yeah,
And I was
yeah.
like,
No
40
warning though, by the way.
I was like 40
No.
minutes out.
yeah. So
No, I didn't see that until like 15 minutes after he sent it.
Yeah, no, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I tried. So when it
No
comes to
warning
like,
from this guy until he's 7 minutes out.
yeah, that's
Until
the
he's
thing.
7 minutes
That's
out.
yo. I swear to God, you ask the people in like my circle or like my close people or my family members or whatever. I will not tell you when I show up.
Yeah.
I will not. I will not tell you when I'm on
No,
my way.
honestly, hearing the
Because-
doorbell ring was like a welcome change because nobody does that. I always get a call. So I'm like,
I was
this
worried.
must
I
be
was
the
like,
guy.
did he knock on the wrong door?
I did.
Like,
I did. I knocked on
Oh,
the
I think
first
you
door on the
talked to the
right.
neighbor
first,
So I was
yeah.
like, yo, I'm
Okay,
looking. I'm
see, I
looking.
figured that was gonna happen.
I'm looking for an Owen, and
And he was
they-
like, we don't know who that is. Get the fuck out of here.
he's looking at me, and I'm like, Boston's Big Four, and then
He
he
didn't
goes,
say no. He knows me.
right,
Yeah, he knows Owen.
Once I
That's
said,
so weird.
once
Yeah.
I said that, he's like, oh yeah, that door right there, hit the ring, and I was like, oh okay, you
Yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
like so.
Yeah, if you ever show up to the house,
Knock
hit
on
the
the ring bell.
Yeah, the ring
Like-
bell will get you. Here.
Also, left. Door
Left.
on the left.
If you
I've never specified.
if you
the-
use the
yeah.
bathroom in public, knock on the fucking door. Like
Yeah.
that is so crazy how people don't knock before they go ripping on a door, and it's
That
like
is crazy.
I'm about to just start looking at them with no pants on if they open the door. You know
also,
what I mean?
though,
Like
also though, if it is locked, don't
Wiggle
keep
it.
knocking.
Yeah.
Don't keep knocking.
I'm not rushing.
Yeah, dude, I had
I
somebody.
will-
Don't
once-
expect me to yell out
I
to you
will-
and say I'm in here. You can assume that if it's locked, that someone's in
If they're
there.
rude about
You know
it,
what I
I'll
mean?
just poop
Yeah.
on the floor, bro.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
that's
had
crazy.
a nightmare
That's wild.
scenario.
Yo, I'll
once.
tell you a crazy story that had
Yeah,
me
yeah.
dying on this podcast.
Yeah, do
Hit
it.
it.
So we mentioned like I was a rebel kid growing up, right? Now a lot of the viewers are gonna be like, "That's fucked up. What the fuck?" But like, it's funny now because I'm an adult and I was a kid at the time. So I was hanging out with all my homies, my homie Josh, my cousin, and all of our squad at the time. Now they were the type of friends that if they told me to do something, I was afraid to be like called a pussy or something. So like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
did it. You know what I mean? Tell me to run across the street without looking. All right, I'll do it. You know what I mean?
Damn.
So I
In New
did.
Hampshire,
I did a lot of
easier. Oh,
Yeah.
Haverhill maybe.
In New
No,
Hampshire,
This was Kingston.
That's
This
true.
was
okay.
this was Kingston.
Kingston, New Hampshire. Yeah,
Yeah.
probably not a lot of traffic.
Not a lot of traffic at all. Small city, small town. I hope nobody makes it a big city. But so one day we were at like out back, and I was like, "Yo, guys, like I gotta go to the bathroom. Like it's wicked far away." And I was like, "I'm not gonna make it. Like, what do I do? What do I do?" And my homie Josh was like, "Yo, just shit yourself. You won't. No balls." And I was like, "Yo, you said no balls, bro."
No.
I locked and loaded and just I was like 6th grade at the time, 7th grade at the
Oh my
time.
God.
So
wait, but you were far from where you needed to be.
right, it was far from the bathroom. So
So-
either I was shitting myself accidentally or I was making my homies laugh. So I made my homies laugh, and like I said, I've been a loud person my whole life.
You didn't pull your pants down?
No. I just let it rock,
shit
bro.
in your pants?
Yeah, I let it rock. They told me to shit my pants. I let it rock.
I don't like this. I don't like your friends. I wish you didn't listen. I don't like any of this.
These are
Right.
not friends.
Right.
These are not
So-
friends.
so
I
wait a
would've-
minute. This
I
is
would
where
have
I
at least
got-
gone behind
Yo.
a bush and pulled my pants down.
This is where I got. We were in the yard, but like
Yeah,
this
but
is
you
where
gotta-
this is where I got diabolical with it.
You don't
Once
wanna
I
be walking
cleaned it
around
all up, you know what I mean? I was like, yo, what do I do with it? Like, because I've never shit myself like that.
Yeah.
And then I look at my homies. I was like,
At least
yo,
not as
I was like, yo,
not
let's
as
go.
a grown
I was like, yo, let's
person.
today. No, I would never shit my pants like that, bro. I hope not. You know. So I turn around, right? Yo, this is crazy. You're all about this. Y'all about this shit.
This is going viral.
I thought it would be a funny idea to bike down the street and stick my shitty pants and underwear in a kid's mailbox down the street.
DNA evidence, dude.
Bro, is this what kids do in New Hampshire?
I think so. I don't
That's
know,
what
man.
kids
We
do
did
in
some
New Hampshire,
crazy.
dude.
We did some crazy
Live
stuff
free or
out
die,
there.
I
Because I
guess.
always ask. I always wonder, what are they doing up there? What are they
Turns out
doing
they're
up there?
choosing or die more often than not.
So like the next day or something like that, we're all biking by, and I'm wicked cool with the kid that mailbox it was done to. It wasn't done because of him.
You're
like
cool with the kid whose mailbox
Right.
it was
But
done
also,
to.
realistically,
it
it probably wasn't him who reached in and felt the shitty
It was his
underwear.
parents.
it was It
probably.
was who it was supposed, because this kid, you know, he had a lifestyle that, you know, hard to get out of. Like, you know,
Oh, so
whatever.
the mailbox was a receptacle for all types.
It was,
Yeah,
it was
I got
kind of
you.
like, this is for him, but also funny. Like, we're kids. So we're biking by the next day. You know what grill tongs are? Like steak tongs.
Yeah.
This guy is out there the next day, the dad, with the clothespin on the nose and taking out the underwear
It's a
out
little
of the
dramatic
mailbox.
With the clothespin, though. I mean,
Right,
come
but
on,
that
you're outside.
that was the family, like the way they were. It's very old fashioned. Like
You can just hold your nose.
right.
Or just don't do it. Like,
right.
just keep
So
away
we're
from it,
biking.
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
biking by.
I pick up
dudes.
my dog shit every day.
It's outside.
We're biking by. I just see it going down, and I'm like, we're all dying laughing. Like that's one story I tell, and people are like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And I'm like, "Yo, I thought it was funny. I'm sorry." You know what I mean? There wasn't like malice. You know what I mean? It was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
we were 6th grade, 7th grade kids. These same kids also threw my phone across the yard and smashed it off of a trailer because they were trying to give me my phone. The phone never worked again.
Sounds
So
like bad friends, dude.
Dude.
it depends.
Oh my god, that's
What-
crazy.
Yeah, one of the kids I'm still like, I grew up with him, so like that's like a brother, but we don't talk no more. You know what I mean? 'Cause, like,
Classic brothers, dude.
classic dude. Like one kid dates a girl, the girl don't like the dude, you know, or the dude don't like the girl, and you lose touch. But that's still a homie. You know what I mean? He can call me any time of day, and I'll be like,
Oh,
"What's
I
up, bro?"
see. So a
Yeah.
succubus took him away.
I wouldn't have anything bad to say about her, more so, but like,
But she's gone now. She's out of the picture.
no, they're happily together. You know what I mean? I haven't heard from homie in almost 2 years, but
Sounds like you know exactly who you are. Sound off in the comments if you know who you are.
yeah,
It is what
yeah.
it is, I guess.
They'll be like, Chris O'Donnell, fuck that kid. You know what I mean? Like, he said this about me, but I did this. Like, that's how it goes, you know? That's why I don't beef with nobody, because, like, it's always just a battle of perspectives. And then it's just who's more in war with themselves that
Yeah.
they're warring with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, I tried patching that up when it went uneasy. It didn't work. On to the next thing in life.
Yeah.
You
It's
know?
funny you say that. I think I got one of those too. Now that I'm
Everybody
actually thinking
does.
about it.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, but that's what we do in New Hampshire is just do wild shit. We have like proving grounds where it's like a giant mud cricket fest where a bunch of girls dress up in like, you know, plaid and they go mudding and stuff.
Dude, I'm telling you, New Hampshire's
Yeah.
probably lit.
It's,
Dude,
it's
yeah.
yo, as an outsider, it's lit. I've
Take
heard
us
a
to
lot.
that, dude.
Yeah.
Whatever
Yo,
that is.
Yo, proving grounds, and it's like Lebanon, Maine, New Hampshire line, dude. But like they party all weekend, drink, go mudding,
go.
and hooey,
Let's
spit
go.
on a metal can, slap the knee,
Oh,
and
a
laugh
little
type
hawk
shit,
to it
bro.
type of shit,
I don't know if it's hawk to it, bro. She's better looking than a lot of those girls up there, but like,
You got to bring us to one of these parties.
Bro,
we're
I tell
trying to
every-
party in the sticks.
I tell everybody I'm down to party like in a responsible manner, but like
Yeah.
I'm always outside to do something. Like you want to come out and do something, let's go find something.
no, we'll
to
make
do.
some content out of it.
Oh
for
yeah,
sure.
the people you can
Oh,
interview
let's
at
all
those
go out
things.
somewhere super far and shit ourselves. And then we'll put it in someone's mailbox.
Yeah, dude.
Bro,
Good content.
that's getting
good
clipped,
content.
bro. That's
Yeah.
getting clipped. That's getting clipped. I was thinking about it when I said it. I was like, they'll be like, this caveman guy fucking shits in people's mailboxes. What the fuck? It's like,
It'd be pretty
No,
sick.
this is gonna be funny. This is
yeah.
good New England shit. I mean,
Like-
we like to cover all of New England. There's a lot of different shit going on. There's the city. We got
Yep.
the sticks. There's so
Yep.
much variety in New England, so we're getting a part of it right here.
So you said you were in a yard though,
Yeah. So we don't have setup like around here.
but the house was not that close to. You were that far.
I was
out?
like a half a mile from the house, or
Okay.
or like 3/4 away, or no, a quarter away. So it was like it wasn't. It took you like 3-4 minutes to get over there.
It's a big yard.
It's a big yard. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
wow.
decent sized yard actually. We were out back with the 4-wheeler too, so it was
Okay,
like
so yeah.
I could have shit in the woods, but like my homies
I
said,
wish you did.
My homies said I had no balls. We've
Yeah.
all been there. I guarantee you, everybody's
we had a
all been
friend
there.
one time. Quick story that this was when we were young. I don't know what age exactly, but not that we're not young now. We're very young.
Do I
but,
know about this?
It was on the Cape. Pat Ahern. We went
Wait,
to,
you're saying governments, dude? Wait. No, I don't think. Wait.
Cut that
No,
part
yeah.
out.
No, I'm not. I can't. It's too, so much effort.
I know I can do it. Once you,
so much
no,
effort.
once you put the video on YouTube, you can edit it after that, and I can clip that out in 2 seconds. I'll do it. All right,
His face is all red now.
you can clip it out in 2 seconds, bro.
Man, I
So
said
a
my
friend of ours.
Okay.
I don't know why I said his name.
dude, I was
Dude,
like
Jack's
making
the
sure I didn't say
King
some
of
names.
putting people on blast.
Dude, don't get me going.
So,
Oh my God.
Yeah. So, anyways, this dude, we went to a golf course. We were hanging out on the Cape for a weekend, getting
Swifty, dude.
It was a
Getting
yearly
swifty.
thing. Our friend had a house. We would always go down to it.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we ended up wandering to a golf course one night.
Oh no, that was that was here, wasn't it? Like, was that the Cape?
It was the Cape. This isn't the
Okay,
Cape.
then I do know
this
this
is a
story.
different golf
Yeah,
course.
sorry,
Yeah,
go
yeah.
ahead. My bad.
We wandered to a golf course one night, and yeah, we dared our friend to take a shit in one of the holes, one of the golf holes.
Easy, bro.
Yeah. So
Easy.
he did it. He
Yeah.
actually missed the hole at first.
Classic, dude. Dude's so
Doesn't know how to
bad at
shoot.
golf.
Doesn't know how to shoot his gun, bro.
So he had to 2-putt it. He birdied that shit into the hole.
Birdied taking his shit.
So, yeah.
I gotta teach that man some lessons.
Yeah.
Dude. Oh my God.
But the funniest thing about that is just thinking about whoever found that the next morning. Like, do you think the grounds crew goes around and checks the holes before?
Well, sometimes they move
Like-
them, so they might have
Yeah.
moved
Yeah.
it that day. But
Squish
still,
it. Oh,
or
man,
was it
bro.
somebody sinking
Fertilizer,
the
baby,
The first
fertilizer.
person golfing just sinks their putt and they go to grab their ball and it's just stuck in shit.
Oh,
I don't
man.
think human shit's good fertilizer. I'm pretty
Probably
sure.
not, dude.
Human shit needs to be
Nowadays,
flushed
probably
down
not.
a toilet, and that's
All that
nothing else.
red. What is it? Red 1, red 6, or red yellow, or something like that.
Oh,
in
the
the
dyes.
foods. Yeah,
Yeah,
red
yeah,
dye.
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like our shit ain't growing.
But
nothing.
anyway,
I'm
that
off
was
dyes. Yeah, I don't do them anymore.
yeah. So that was a friend of ours who did that, and yeah.
Sorry that I brought that wild story up, but it was a good New Hampshire story.
That
you
was
know?
no. You're good.
No, that is a good New Hampshire story. We
I
wonder-
don't do that anymore, though. In case anyone wonders,
No, yeah,
nobody's
this is all
getting shitty
childhood stuff.
mailbox.
That's
But you know how it goes. Oh, that kid shits in mailboxes. Okay.
Yeah.
hey, you know.
Middle
I've-
school. I mean, middle school's the
You
time
can't be
to do
held
like the
accountable.
really, really irresponsible shit. I feel like by high school, you should at least like you're still doing irresponsible shit, but you should at least be like acting like a little.
One time,
You should always be trying.
one
You're gonna
time-
You should
make
always be
mistakes.
trying.
That's
I'm
the
just
thing.
saying, middle school is the time.
One-
when middle school kids are ruthless. Like,
I-
think about middle school, dude. Middle
I
school
basically
kids.
went to a middle school, high school. Like the kids that were in that school,
Was
like
it combined?
it was just like all of our minds were like so rebellious and like needed behavioral help that like
Yeah,
we were
yeah.
those rambunctious kids from middle school that just didn't click yet.
It's
We had a
such
kid bring a
mild-
snapping turtle into school, bro.
Oh, jeez.
And
That's cool.
We had like a room.
I would expect that in New Hampshire.
We had a
No,
room.
dangerous,
Well,
though?
the school
I
I
mean-
went to was a log cabin in the middle of Pawtuckaway State Park in New Hampshire.
What?
Yeah. So
See, this is how I
Yeah.
picture New Hampshire.
well,
This is
a lot of
exactly how I
kids,
picture
dude.
it.
I got called. Oh, you go to daycare school. You go to babysitting. You get babysat. And it's like, yo, I'm learning the same thing you are,
Yeah.
just with less kids in my classroom, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
Probably better exposure.
it was a lot of exposure, and I was able to learn and like apply it to who I am today. But hindsight back then, it's like, oh, you're a tard. You're this, or you're stupid. You're
Yeah,
sped. It's
that's what
like-
I mean. Kids are ruthless. Man.
Kids are ruthless. So like this kid Brandon picks up a snapping turtle from outside because we had sped buses bring us to school, and just happened to be one in the driveway for some reason. He goes down.
Wait, sped buses as in like the short,
like the window
short
licking buses? Yeah.
Yeah.
So but these were vans. They weren't school buses. So it was like a private contract company, whatever, that would bring us from whatever town that we lived in to where that school was. And the towns that you live in would pay for it. So like Epping was paying $55,000 or something like that, a kid to go to that school. And there was 5 of us from Epping at the time.
No way.
But usually that's private school money. No, we were just really like either dead or in jail type kids at the time.
What? Wait,
Yeah.
the town paid for you guys to go to a different school?
Yeah.
Because it was a regional
Learning
thing?
purposes, or
because they had a better program. I see what you're saying.
a better program for who you were. You know what I mean? Like
see what you're saying, yeah.
I think they hide the fact that they don't want you in their public schools.
Well, they're probably another annoying thing about public schools, and I listen. I don't know, like the thing, but they are very concerned about like overall scores and averages and things that are going to make the school look good, so they get more funding and they can do X, Y, Z. Like,
how to do your taxes, like I learned how to do in school, or balance a checkbook.
They never taught us that in school.
That's what I learned. You know, I thought that's what everybody learned.
No,
So like,
we didn't learn that.
we were learning morals. We were learning how to present yourself. We were learning I can't even say the
Punctuality.
word. Punctuality.
the intangibles, those
Like
are important.
the fundamentals of life we were learning at that school
yeah.
because we were so behind with like our behavior. So like,
It's funny because that's what like more schools should be teaching.
I think
stuff.
because a lot of more kids now that ADHD or PTSD or Asperger's or autism, if it really matters to you, I'm somebody that I don't care if you have that. You know what I mean? Elon Musk has fucking Asperger's. You know what I mean? Like anybody can do anything.
Given the circumstances, you got to do your best. And this is like, I always remember in school, like this was like a sports overlap, but they always said like, there's things you can control and there's things you can't control.
Yep.
And there's always the trope of like hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard.
Yep.
But there's also like, you can always show up on time.
Yep.
You can
Discipline.
have a good attitude. You can be friendly with people. Like, don't be like, you probably aren't going to be the best. Like, and it's not saying like you can't be,
But be
it's
the
just
best
that
at you doing it.
you have to, do your best.
I am
And
the
then
best
it's like,
Chris Soldani. That's
Yeah.
it. You are the best whatever. You are the best whatever. Like you should think you're the best at something. You really, really should, because if you're not going to think you're the best at something, how the hell do you expect everyone else to think that?
I guess, and the way I hear it, and this is something I deal with, is like perfection, like being like, in my mind, like when I say the best, I'm thinking like I got to be perfect at it. And that's wrong. Like I'm not supposed to be perfect, but I want to be. So in my mind, I'm like, to be the best, I got to be perfect, and I'll never be perfect. So then I'm disappointing myself all the time.
Right. I think
we just
we all
have to
get
keep
trapped in
getting
that.
better. Like just
Repetition.
Yes.
Repetition.
Yeah.
That's something Cass.
We just talked about that with Tromani. Reps are huge.
Yeah, Cass is big on that too. I think they all are, but repetition over and over and over and over and over. Like doing it over and over until it's muscle memory. Then maybe the quality's starting to like evolve along the way. The
It
journey.
will. It absolutely will.
And a lot of people don't focus on the journey. Like with my music, right? I put out my first 2 tracks or 3. Are they great? I'm not going to be here.
Where
They're out
where
on
are they?
YouTube under the Caveman name.
You're doing the Caveman name. Okay.
Yeah, well, no, I'm not doing the Caveman name, but like I had already had those. I had some misorganization when it first took off.
Okay.
So, but it's
So it's
still
just under Caveman?
You'll be able to find it if you look up Soldani, and then my
is that
page
the
will
name
come up.
you're gonna go
That's
by?
my last name. Yeah, that would be the name I go by as an artist. Like
I see.
top
Okay.
overhead. Like when you buy merch, it's going to be through a Soldani website. When you go to look me up, you can either do Soldani or Caveman. Like it's all going to be under one umbrella.
Okay.
But sports, fashion, travel vlogs, like it's who Soldani is. Soldani is just somebody that is trying to heal in his own journey, and this is just how I'm doing it. You know what I mean? There's nothing special. I'm just a regular guy. I go to work. I'm not fooling anybody. And that's something my old homies before this all took off was like, dude, you're just a regular dude acting crazy on TV for the Celtics. And I'm like, we all are, bro. I didn't even respond to the text. That was the last time we spoke. But like, I was like, dude, man, like
Reverse
it's just
shout out that guy.
Yeah, also,
he'll see it.
Just hating out of
He'll see
nowhere.
it.
That's crazy.
Dude, y'all supposed to be my friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like y'all are talking about me at a table when I'm not present. Like that means we're not friends. I don't
absolutely not.
You know, and I won't talk trash about anybody from my past either.
Anybody who you
Like,
considered a friend, like they should have had something positive to say about what happened.
Right,
With you
and
going
that's-
viral. Like what negative could come out of that? Like that's
well, so when
crazy.
it was first happening, I caught myself. That's only what I was able to talk about. But I'm gonna tell you right now, when your phone gets 86,000 notifications in a week, you definitely feel different. And I didn't feel like I was ahead of anybody. Didn't think I was better than everybody. Was I going to talk about it? You bet your ass I'm going to talk about it because that's cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
Like,
cool.
Yeah.
the Celtics, my team's in the finals, and like I'm doing turfing. Now, there were so many things going on in my life. I was just like constantly talking about it with the homies. And then once like
They're probably jealous.
it took off, you know, it could be jealousy, you
It's
know,
a little
but
bit of that for sure.
you know, I take it all as it goes. It's like, you know, if I'm meant to lose you, then I'm meant to lose you. And I learned this saying: if I can lose the most close people to me. So like I lost my brother a year ago in August.
Sorry to hear that. Jesus.
And like my grandmother and my dog. A country song
Damn,
in
bro.
like a month, bro.
Boy.
You know? If I
Sorry,
can
man.
lose those people, or like my best friend Gabby, she passed away when we were 13. Like if I can lose those people, I can lose anybody. And I think a lot of people should listen to that. Is like a lot of people are afraid to do what they want to do because they're afraid of what their mother thinks, what their father thinks, what their best friends think, and like they worry about what other people think.
Oh yeah.
Don't give a
I
fuck.
do.
Don't give a
Big
but
time.
Don't give a fuck.
Same. I said this on the last episode.
Yeah, don't give a fuck because either it's gonna be great or it's just gonna be. You know what I mean? How's it gonna be bad at the end of the day?
Like, please like me, guys.
Oh my
Everybody,
God, please, like, I
I
just
need
want-
everyone to like me so bad.
bro, my life would be so much better if everyone liked me. Like, I need it. I need it, Sandy.
And if you like, I don't need it.
I don't need it.
And if you like comments and clips like this, follow Boston's Big Four _ on Instagram and follow Causeway _ Caveman on Instagram. Thank you.
Yeah, little snippet there. You know,
Yeah, we'll see
I was
if
about
that's-
to I was about to be like, yeah, the Boston Big Four. That's a capital B, bitch. You know what I
do
mean?
that
Like,
too. Yeah.
Before Boston's Big Four, this was a long time ago. I started this as a Celtics blog, and it was called Causeway Hoops. So
Now look at that.
Shout out Causeway.
Causeway Hoops. That was for like a couple years. Then I changed it to Boston's Big Four.
Now it's Boston's Big Four, and like the video you guys shared to me, like that's how I got in contact with you guys. It was like, oh shit, they shared my post, and then some other guy like commented over it or like commentated it and shared
Yeah.
it. And he's like, what do we got here? Shaggy and whatever.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
was like, oh, okay. And then the Hoop Bus shared it, and it was Ice Cube put me on his page a couple weeks ago.
No
That's
way.
fucking insane.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, bro.
That's wild.
My buddy Tyler hit me up, Tyler Hopkins, and he was like, dude, Ice Cube just posted us on his page. And I was like, oh, like probably posted on his story. Ha, ha, ha. And I got-
What do you post?
he posts. So my buddy Tyler, he takes videos of like the fan experience at these events. So we went to the Big Three in Boston,
Oh, word.
and so we tried out the gin and juice. He took a bunch of content videos. We allegedly found our way to the court by the end of the game, end of the night. So we're walking around the court. I get to meet my buddy Rob's buddy Tretch from Naughty by Nature. Like I got to meet the professor. I got to meet DJ Paul. Shout out DJ Paul, man. He's a dope dude. Down to earth guy. And then I got to meet so many people that day just from being on the court.
That's awesome.
So a month goes by, and then Ice Cube goes, these fan recaps are why we do it or something like that. And like 3 seconds into watching the video, I'm right there like this.
That's
And I'm like,
awesome.
yo, what the fuck? I'm on Ice Cube's page. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
awesome.
like I know people that know the same people as them. You know what I mean? But like, I didn't like,
Yeah.
yo, this is fucking Ice Cube. Like, I used to walk around in high school with a Compton hat when Straight Outta Compton came out. It was like
movie?
the leather. Yeah. It was a leather hat with the word Compton on it.
Great movie.
So I rocked it. You know what I mean? My Uncle Bob, he'd be like, yo, and put the hat to the side, be like, yo, Compton, what's up, Compton? And he would pick on me all the time. So when that video got reposted to Ice Cube's page, instantly called him, was like, hey, man, remember when you used to call me Compton? Yeah, one of Compton's own just posted
Turns
me.
out I'm from there now.
Yeah.
I've driven through Compton. It's probably very different than what it was back when that music was popping.
Probably, yeah.
You can go there. You can go there
You
now.
can go there.
Yeah, you can go
Randy's
there now.
Donuts.
Like, yep, Randy's Donuts. I've seen that monument. I've been all around the country, but like not to every state, if that makes sense. But traveling is a number one thing of mine. Probably
Love that.
more than anything is traveling. Like, the second I get on that plane and like I see the ground, I'm like, all right, time to go to work or time to do. I always tell myself that when I drive into Boston or if I drive like or if I'm like on a plane to go do something, I always say, all right, it's time to go to work. That's it. It's time to go to work. Like I don't try to get all giddy and be like, oh my God, like this is so cool. Look at my it's time to go to work.
What does that mean when you say go to work? Like, are you gonna just go to every event you can? Are there people lined up that you're trying to talk to?
Be open to anything. Leave have no expectations when you're going in anything because like even the coolest events like the mastermind that Kasky and Anonymous had, I had no expectations of how that was gonna go. I didn't sit there the whole time and be like, this is gonna be so amazing. Like, nope. Let's just rock out. Let's like lock in. And that's what that means for me is when it's time to go to work, it's time to lock in.
Be present, especially too.
Be present to the max. Like nothing
Even if you're on
matters.
vacation.
Yeah, and your first impressions are your best impressions. So
I'm bad at those. My first impressions are my worst impressions, dude.
why?
Because people always see me and I'm just like, LA. And then I say something wrong and then they're just like, that guy's weird.
He's overthinking it.
But then
I do the
it's
same
facts,
thing.
dude.
You
That's
keep
why
going.
I know. That's why I know. You're
I have weird
overthinking it.
conversations with people all the time. You know what I mean? And
I think I squeezed your hand too hard when we first shook hands. So now it's like, I've been thinking about it the
I
whole
didn't
time.
even-
I think
dude,
like
I
you.
didn't-
That's a problem. We both think like that. That's not good.
I had no idea. I had no idea you squeezed it too hard. I'm a guy that likes
No,
to
I made that part up. I'm, just,
Oh, okay. I was like, I didn't notice that, bro.
No, but you ever you see
I'm
like
a
those-
gentle hand
yeah.
squeezer, you guys. If you ever
Yeah.
need to squeeze my hand, it's gentle.
You leave a social situation, you're like, that wasn't my best performance. You ever seen that? meme?
Probably, yeah.
I always overthink about it when like it's days ahead. Like when I leave, like I'll leave here tonight, right? Probably won't listen to music for like the first 30 minutes of the drive just to collect myself, like what just happened.
drive in silence.
Because
I do
yeah,
that, yeah.
just to center myself because now you may say that this and you might put this on here, might not, but like this is just being real. Like you may think like this is just a podcast, right?
What do you mean?
No,
like
it's more than that.
So you know
It's deeper than rap.
right. So but to you it's like this is just my podcast.
It is.
I run it.
It is our podcast. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
For me, I'm over here like, yo, this is a big thing to do. You know what I mean? That's just how I treat everything that I do, though. So the expectations
what you
are
mean.
away, but the
I mean,
gratitude
I treat
within
all of our
it,
podcasts
it's
like a
gratitude.
big thing.
I will say that might be an outside perspective that we see this as mundane and routine because every podcast
Because you're
to
doing
me
it
is
and doing
different.
it.
I need to know like, is there something I don't know about this guest?
Yeah.
Like, do I need to
Dude,
respond?
when I'm driving here, I feel like I'm Tom Brady heading to a game.
Right. So that's when it changes. Is when you're
Yeah.
when you're about to lock in.
Yeah.
It's time to work. But like for me, and like where I come from, and like how all this happened, I'm like, yo, this is a big thing to do. So then when I leave, I'm like, all right, you just did a big podcast. Like this is what you're doing now. Like
We're not a big podcast. We're a very normal, average podcast.
I disagree, but that's just who I am.
Appreciate
Like
that.
I
It's all
always,
perspective.
it's all perspective, right? And that's like the same thing with the caveman outfit, like.
Oh yeah, we haven't even done the reveal yet
my
on
God.
camera.
How have we not done this? Look
That's
at this
crazy.
outfit.
This thing is
I
crazy.
mean, you've seen it already if you follow him on Instagram, but
so
this shit is wild.
perfect way to
Caveman
start
on
it, right?
Causeway.
So when you see it,
Shout out Marcus Smart.
yep.
Shout out Marcus Smart getting on there.
So when you guys see this, what do you think?
Like Boston.
All right, you think Boston? What do you think?
I think Celtics, man.
you think
I
Celtics? So like now someone else could
Well,
think
Celtics, of course. Yeah.
someone could say that it's like, oh, it's pretty cool, it's artistic. Like there's always going to be a different perspective or how people perceive it, and that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
Is that it can mean something different to everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, and just to piggyback off of that.
Yeah.
You asked us that same question off mic, and I feel like I interpreted it differently even at the time because I said that when I saw you wearing that, I
Right.
thought like that guy's free and doing what he wants.
Right.
So that's how I see you when you're looking at it itself. I
Yeah.
think Boston Celtics, but when I
Right.
see you wearing it, I'm thinking that guy came out today to have a day.
Yep.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's just like
Absolutely.
you did that.
I think that guy's locked in.
Bro, you want to know?
He's
You want
locked
to
in.
talk
Shout out
about
Davis Clark.
Do you want to talk about
You know
that?
Davis Clark? Shout out Davis
No,
Clark.
I don't. I have to.
Oh, he's out in LA. Take a peek.
I feel
All
like
right,
that
I'm-
would be a good collab, dude.
I'm
guys
gonna
should go
tap
collab.
in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tap in for sure.
He spends a lot of time in the financial district. Actually, no, he's in LA
And like,
now.
you want to talk
Dude,
about having
I can just imagine Davis Clark making a video with this guy, like during the finals, being
Bro,
like,
people-
Celtics are absolutely locked in right now. I'm here with
and
Yeah.
you know.
We don't have to go to work.
Yo,
tonight.
what's
We get to
crazy,
go to work
bro?
tonight.
What's crazy about like having a day? I really needed that first day that like the hoop bus happened because of the personal shit I had going on.
Yeah.
So 3 days before that, I just had like a breakup with some chick. and like it wasn't like messy, but it was like a damn, bro, like damn, you know, like that, you know what I mean? So like I had a couple of days where I was like all over the place.
Yeah.
Showed up at the hoop bus, boom, viral. And I was like, yo, what? How does it work like that? So when people, I've gotten somebody asked me on Instagram how I did it. And I'm not going to name drop them, but they were like, how did you do it, bro? How did you go viral? And it's like, I don't know.
You were yourself.
I was me, bro. This is me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't hide nothing. This is just, I'm going to act crazy for my team. I'm going to act crazy for anything. If I'm passionate about something, I'm going to rep the clothing. I'm going to tell everybody about it. I'm going to put them on to other people that I think that should be knowing about it. Like, it's a ultimate dot connector.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what really the Caveman outfit is that I'm able to talk to anybody. I have so many reasons and definitions that are instilled in this outfit that it's going to be crazy. It has to be crazy because, you know, the people that I'm inspired by are crazy artistic people like Mac Miller or Kanye West or Eminem or Caskey or...
Nah, fuck Caskey.
Nah, fuck you.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I know. We talk.
I know that's your boy.
Yeah, that's the homie.
Yeah,
So,
Caskey, if you're seeing this, we're enemies only as a bit. It's a bit.
It's a bit.
I guess it's a bit, but
It is
no.
a bit.
That dude's music saved my life, so I got to put him on whenever I can.
Shout out then.
Yeah,
shout out.
So I was in the.
We're
worst
just
part of my
messing
life.
around.
Oh yeah, no,
you know.
we're Boston guys. You know,
Yeah.
fucking our humor is a little fucking.
Yeah.
You know, come on, dude. What are you saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
But
you know,
also, we've seen the receipts. I mean, go look.
I don't know nothing about it. I don't know nothing about it.
I don't know either. I don't know if he really copied him or what.
Nah,
I just
probably
think it's a
not.
funny little, you know.
It's a good gag
Do
to
you
have.
think
It's a good
Costa
gag.
was the first person to pour paint on himself and take
No,
a picture
obviously
of it?
not.
No, but Caskey's
Obviously
video was
not.
pretty dope.
It was.
Blue, that Blue Moon
So
video.
was Costos though. Costos was dope also.
Yeah, also as well.
As well.
It's fun. It's fun
Yeah.
banter, but black sheep for life, you know.
Yeah.
But no, I talked about this earlier. I don't know if it was on record or not, but he had just something that really worked for consumers of his music. You know what I mean? He was on that
definitely.
motivational journey. You know, he had the Bedros. Like that's how I found out about Bedros, Killian,
I'm trying
Wes
to think.
Watson.
I heard about
like,
Caskey, and I just remembered this. He got signed to Cash Money at one
2012.
point. Yeah.
2012. Yeah,
That's how I found out about
he was
him.
He was in
Because
the
I'm like the biggest Wayne fan, and I was just locked in on Cash Money for a long time.
wanna know
And I
something?
remember when he got signed, I was like, who is this guy?
He might correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure I heard this with one altercation, but he was in the studio for Lifestyle with Rich Homie Quan and Young Thug when that was made.
I wouldn't
way.
doubt that. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
Wow.
R.I.P.
'cause
Homie Quan.
That was the time. Yeah.
People say
R.I.P.
that
Rich Homie
he
Quan.
was Doodle Bob in that song.
Who? Rich Homie or
Caskey.
Nah, I don't think so.
He
I don't
was
know.
the one who said, "Give it up to get it."
I think that was
definitely Young Thug.
that was definitely Thug. That was definitely
No, I
Thug.
think it was Doodle Bob, but I thought Doodle Bob was being played by Caskey.
Definitely Young
no.
Thug.
Am I hearing that wrong?
Nah, I think that's a reach.
Owen likes
That's
to
a
make
reach.
shit up.
That's a
Owen
reach.
likes to make shit up.
I don't make anything up. I want to put it on record that I've never made anything up ever on
Owen
this
likes
podcast.
to make shit up.
No, I've never lied on this
So-
podcast, and I've never made anything up, and I don't do bits. That's it. I don't do bits. You've heard it here first.
But no, I think I started this journey of like being able to like put myself places. I think it was 2021 when I first started listening to Cass music. So that was like a nucleus. And now like people I'm not friends with anymore, whatever, blah, blah. The naysayers, they're like, oh, you're dick riding. I just want to let people know there's a difference between dick riding and not being extra and just being a genuine ass human being. You know what I mean? Like, don't be getting
Being a fan.
like, yeah, you can be a
Yeah.
fan, bro, but like,
Absolutely.
don't get no face tatted on you of someone else. Like,
Oh, that's crazy.
like
Wait, what? Who did
Well,
that?
people do that.
Yeah, no,
Wait, a face on your face, or you mean a
No,
face
like-
of someone
like
else's face
a
on
face,
your body?
like if I got a tattoo and it was like
Of Caskey's face on
face,
your
right?
arm.
That's fucking dick riding. You know what I mean? Like,
True.
there's boundaries and lines with it that a lot of people don't
What if it's a
understand.
family member?
People do that though.
I got my dogs on my arm, so I mean, it's
I did see that.
it's
That's
a
cool.
case by case situation. But like
I would get my dog tatted on me. That's what I need.
outsiders that don't understand the lore, it's an often comment. You know what I mean? So, but no, that motivational run, he was going through shit. I was going through shit in 2022. I ended up finding myself going to LA for the first time. I'm deathly scared of planes, even to this day.
When did you guys meet? 2022?
2022, yep, February, yep. February. It was at a show at the Justice Pub in Jacksonville, Florida, right next to my buddy J Rock's tattoo shop, recording studio, podcast studio called Oxford Ink Tattoo in Jacksonville, Florida, right next to the Jaguars Stadium.
Shout out J Rock.
Shout out my homie. That's my people. So my homie Milla, I've made music with him. He's got a new album out. Like, those guys all inspire me and constantly take the time to talk. So like, I don't consider them me being fans of them as much as like those are the homies. You know what I mean? Those are the people that it just registers when they speak. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure you've met people and they've tried to lecture you growing up and it just didn't register. And then you might have heard the same thing from somebody else.
Oh yeah.
But it only registered through them. So
sometimes you're not ready to.
Right,
Like
yeah.
your body
for
isn't
sure.
ready to hear that message.
Yep. And so I started doing music and traveling to shows. Like my buddy Little Phil, he had a music video out in LA in 2023.
My
Hold
name,
on.
Lil Phil.
Hold on.
I told him this already.
Yeah,
earlier.
yeah, he told
I
me.
said, "Do you know Stitches? He used to
Right.
be Lil Phil."
Yeah.
Yeah, does
So-
Lil Phil by any chance put that brick in your face?
Right. Yeah. No. Yeah. He makes
My
fun
name,
music,
Lil
but
Phil. Ain't nothing Lil. Hose on my dick, just for the thrill.
Dude,
That's-
honestly, fucking bars, dude. That is some bars.
how
That was-
Stitches always did that. He goes,
that's Stitch's first song.
that's hilarious. He was supposed to open up
And
supposed
he
to
look. If you watch the video for that song, he looks nothing like when
Oh,
he was Stitches.
pre-steroids, yeah.
Yeah, pre-steroids, no face tats. Like you're like that
he was
is not
supposed
the
to
same
play in
person.
New Hampshire, in Dover, New Hampshire, a couple
Stitches?
years ago. Yeah, he was supposed to play in New Hampshire, and AJ Reynolds was supposed to open up for him. He's like a big artist in New Hampshire. I've never met him personally, but he was on the 4 or something. It was on Fox or whatever, and he went on Fox, like one of those shows, and like Diddy and DJ Khaled listened to his song.
No way.
It was called Cheeks, so I can see why Diddy liked it.
Yikes.
Yeah,
Yikes,
but
dude.
shout out AJ for doing his thing out of New Hampshire. But
When DJ Khaled
Oh,
says
hold on a
another
second.
one,
Hold on a second. You're talking about AJ Reynolds?
yeah,
Yeah, I've seen that video.
yeah. Cheeks
Of him performing.
Talk about
Yeah,
cheeks.
yeah. I'm not gonna lie though, his music's ass. I'm
his
just gonna say,
music's cheeks.
yeah,
Hey,
no,
well,
his-
one of the songs is Cheeks. I think he's a down to earth dude. I think he's got bars.
no, I'm sure he's a
but
solid dude. I just think his music's so bad. I'm just gonna
Ooh, you
say
heard it
that.
here first. Hot
Dude.
takes, hot takes.
AJ Reynolds is coming for this comment. He's gonna comment. He's like, "Well, you think about
Oh yeah, we're clipping it. We're clipping it big time.
No, I'll
a
show
shock value,
we can,
bro.
We can listen to
Oh, I
some
mean, we're
after.
clipping it to post specifically so people see this moment.
Yeah.
So it's not buried in the podcast.
No, I think his music's ass. That's nothing against him as a person. I'm sure he's a
Yeah.
great guy.
Oh yeah, dope. I've never met him personally, but I know a lot of
Oh,
people
okay.
that know him, and he's down to earth dude. Like that's a good thing to know is like there is a lot of good down to earth
Yeah,
people out
but
there.
being a down to earth person doesn't mean your music's good. though.
right,
That's the thing.
right. So that's like saying
So that
you know,
shit,
that's
no,
like,
that gets tough sometimes.
Yep.
Because we've met people who are like really nice, but I don't like their music at all, and it's
Yeah.
like I'm not gonna pretend to like it. You
right.
know what
yeah.
I mean?
Yep.
So
Well, there's some people I listen to now that at first I pretended to like it just because like I felt like something was there,
yeah,
but then like I end up listening to them all the time, and nobody listens to them, so I enjoy them more. You know.
Yeah.
But like
do you listen to AJ Reynolds?
he's in the rotation. No song specific, but I'm not like the type. of
I saw that video when he performed for Diddy.
Dude, that
was
shit
funny.
blew up.
That was
dude.
funny.
And
But
that's
then, yeah, that how long ago was that?
almost 10 years now.
Yeah.
Almost, because we're in 25 basically.
Yeah,
But yeah, no, we have him from New Hampshire. But
rap. Like, are you talking about rappers from
rap,
New Hampshire?
Yeah, rap wise that I
He
know
wouldn't
of.
even be in my top 20, dude. I could name some rappers from New Hampshire.
Yeah, name him, shout him out.
J Zach.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, dude. My buddy Cody put me on J Zach a couple years ago, and I was like, yo, who the f is this?
Shout out J Zach. You know Pomegranate Records.
I've heard.
Everett Gibbons.
Okay, yep.
Yep, he's fire. Who else?
Timothy Thorpe. You know that
This
name?
dude. No, I don't know.
Mr.
him.
Goodbars.
I gotta look him up.
Yeah,
Is
so Mr. Goodbars is another
99
one.
neighbors, New Hampshire, Vermont.
Vermont.
Ah, damn it.
Yeah.
I do have to pee one more time though. That's so
No
bad.
worries.
I also do. I'm a P-boy, so.
We'll finish it up this
Keep
next one if you want.
Keep that. In.
Yep, during the finals, they were taking videos of me running down Causeway with a flag, and some guy came up to me. He's like, "Yeah, I need you to sign this release form because we're making a documentary for the Celtics.
That's awesome.
So it'll be on HBO Max in March
what do you got for
2025."
me?
Oh,
Yep.
March 2025.
Yep.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yep. So I'm
So we
hoping I
can
got airtime on that.
Yeah, dude, they better have.
They better, bro.
better.
I'm the motherfucking
Running down the street
caveman
with the
on
flag.
Causeway, bro.
Yeah.
And they had
You
you
know?
sign something that's, I'd say, you have a good chance.
I signed 13 release forms that whole 2-week span.
Well, so here's the deal, dude. You were in public if you're in public, there's no reasonable assumption to privacy, so they could have used that.
No matter
So
what.
to have you sign something, I think they're just gonna use it.
Yeah, that's what I'm manifesting. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I also did a spot for DraftKings where they were like over and undering me. Like, what's the over and under? If they post that,
We can bet on
Yeah.
you.
no, not me, but like,
Are we recording?
Yeah.
all right. So real quick with the DraftKings thing is they interviewed me on like, what's your over? They call it the OVA and undas is what they called it.
That's kind of annoying.
Right. And they weren't from Boston. No
Yeah,
way.
of course they weren't.
Yeah, of course.
Dude was wearing like a nice suede green tuxedo, super dreads, nice shoes, whatever.
playing the
And
part, trying to.
I signed a release for them, and like, I just want them to post that clip because guess what? I was right on all my predictions.
Oh, really?
How dare you not post that? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
They
it was
probably wanted
it was
you to
like
be
Kyrie under, and it was like Kyrie under, Jalen over, Tatum over, and I nailed them all for game one. So,
Damn.
but they never posted it. But
I have to say, at the Celtics parade, I was approached by a Boston Globe photographer, and he had me hold like all these newspaper clippings and everything, and took pictures of me and
hell
stuff.
yeah,
They never posted them anywhere.
are you
Why
sure about
would
that?
you even do that?
Did you look?
I didn't look
Because I was
You're
like
right.
all over those two.
I didn't look deep
Find-
enough.
Hey, if you guys are watching this right now, find Jack holding newspapers in the Boston Globe.
Or Herald.
Yeah.
Google that.
It was the Boston Globe. He was definitely working for the Boston Globe. He had me
Search
holding
his
Boston
name,
Globe
his government
newspaper.
name on Google. You might find it that way.
Google Jack.
I even
Boston's
yelled, "We
Big Four."
did it!" in the camera one time. Like he said, he was like, "Oh, that's great stuff," and then I never saw it anyway. So I don't know.
Sounds like that guy was a troll.
That
like,
guy
dude,
did not work for the Boston
We just got
Globe.
that guy to say some crazy shit.
Yeah, no, he was faking it. That would be actually a really funny thing to do.
Good way to meet people.
Yeah, no, for sure. So we did say before we were going to go through some top fives.
Top five.
Top five. So I'm curious, should we go top five favorite rappers or top five artists of all time?
I'm gonna say artists only because it
Artists.
doesn't box any of them in if they don't make just rap music.
Yes.
So wait, hold on. Like ever? This is so hard, dude.
What?
Yeah,
What is your top
No,
five
no, but
rotation?
so my top five right now.
For rappers, if we can just stick with rappers, it's
artists?
No,
easier.
my top five, just like what I listen to for music right now.
Yeah, let's do that.
yeah.
Is,
Let's
and,
do that.
and it's not like this is not a definitive
I'm gonna
list.
go to. Hold on.
Like my
I
list
have
changes
this thing that counts
weekly.
it for me.
So
I'm
I
just gonna see.
Fancy.
right now I will say Lotto
That's
is
cool.
probably my number one. I love
Who?
Lotto.
Lotto?
She does big energy.
Yeah.
She's got.
I won't lie. Like you'll have to play me a song because I don't know a female artist.
She's
by
the one
Lotto.
that's like big energy. You'll know the song. You've heard it. So I like Lotto. I like Glorilla. I like Cardi B.
Are you trolling?
No, I'm serious.
No,
I
he's
like
dead
bad bitch
serious.
rap.
This is
Okay,
what-
you're
I
bad
like
bitch
bad
rap.
bitch rap
Okay,
a lot.
okay. Look
Yeah.
up Win.
Bitch rap.
Look up Win when you get a chance.
I know Win.
We know
yeah.
Win, bro.
Okay,
John
okay.
Win.
We love
Win.
Yeah,
We
yeah, yeah.
love Win.
Spit bars
Jack
and-
loves Win.
No, I
dude.
love
Jack
Win.
loves
Dude, I love Win.
God was so nice
That's
to us with letting
that's
us
actually
live in
my
the same
girlfriend,
time, bro.
That's crazy.
Noah Khan is on the list, and I have one more.
Oh, you
I
got
think.
Noah? Let's go.
Yeah. My other one. Oh, actually, this is an honorable mention because he wouldn't have been on my list like 4 days ago. Central C.
Okay,
I like Central C
Yeah.
also. But and this. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna remove. Who was my third one that I said? Jesus. Oh,
Y'all
it
both
feels
got
too-
the app, huh? I'm old school. I got to go to like.
I'm on YouTube Music.
YouTube Music.
I'm,
okay.
I got this app called what's it called? Last.fm or something, and it just shows you all your Spotify stats. Like,
okay. Oh, I probably have somewhere a top five, but to reiterate, because I changed mine, it was Lotto, Glorilla. I'm taking Cardi B out because I feel like she was a given just through the past. I'm putting in Hana Mankind. Do you know the song Big Dogs?
Yeah.
I like him now.
Okay,
I don't know how
okay.
much else he has, but I like that song enough that I'm putting him in. Then it was, oh my God, I'm forgetting again what I was saying. So then the last one was Noah Khan and then Central C. Got it. Sorry. Thank you guys.
Okay.
Those are my five. Super easy and quick.
All right, I got at number 5. This is actual statistics.
You're gonna
last,
go order.
Last 4 weeks on Spotify. Number 5, I got Tyler Loyal.
Oh, shout out Tyler Loyal.
Shout out Tyler. Number 4, I got Millie's.
Shout out Millies.
Shout out Millies.
Number 3, I got Cousin Stiz.
Okay, yeah, Cousins.
Number
did-
2,
hell
I
yeah.
got Rex, which is
Oh,
crazy.
Okay, all right.
Oh.
And number 1, I got Noah Khan. So all New England. All New England for me. In my
Oh,
top
and that's
5 right now.
overall. Wow, that's crazy.
overall. Yeah.
Wow.
So just so you guys know how dedicated I am to New
So-
England music. Also, number 7 on my list is Sammy Adams. We're trying to lock down a podcast with him right now. So.
Yeah, Sammy
that's gonna
Adams.
happen.
it's locked
Come
in.
to the Big 4.
It's locked
No,
in. He
it's
said
locked
yes.
in.
Oh, okay,
If we want to do it over Zoom, it's locked in for the 7th.
We're talking
I'm
too much.
anti-Zoom.
Yeah,
So mine, I'm not even gonna use my phone because I don't have that app that y'all
That's
do
fair.
or do what you have. I think I'll give 7 no order. The band Highly Suspect. They're from Massachusetts. They're from Cape Cod.
Highly suspect.
Highly Suspect.
I
Yep.
gotta look him up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm in right now.
They are amazing.
All
if
right.
you like people like Chris Cornell or Chester Bennington's vocals, you will love Highly Suspect. Shout out Johnny. Shout out all of them because that's a really great band.
Blue check.
Um,
Terrible
Hold up.
Johnny.
Hold up. 1.4 monthly listeners.
Is it
Why
fake?
don't I know these people?
I don't know. They have big following.
And they're really from Cape,
Cape
Cod,
Cod.
you said?
Yep.
I know the what
McGill's and Leeds follow them.
damn. What's the other
Interesting.
band from Cape
Summertime
Cod?
voodoo.
Crooked Coast. You know them?
No.
They're from Cape Cod. They're not nearly this big though, numbers wise. I didn't know this band existed. This is crazy.
Wow,
yeah, their
yeah,
newest
that's insane.
album is sick. It's totally amazing.
All right, I'm locked in.
I mentioned
I'm adding
them
them to the
mainly
playlist.
because that album's amazing.
What's the best song on it? I'm gonna
So
trust
Below.
you.
You picked the best song,
You
dude.
picked the best song because
No, I'm letting him do it this time.
No, but you have to pick your best song, dude.
Melatonia by Highly Suspect is my favorite song by them, and it's a newer song
off the new album.
Off the new album, it's called
Okay.
Melatonia.
No, I'm gonna trust his judgment for this one. He gets an
So-
For the
honorary.
yeah, you're right.
Well, it's
That's my
soft,
fault.
so you're gonna be in your head. A lot of the music I listen to is to sift through like my emotions in my head and whatnot. But
That stuff drives me up a wall, dude. I can't do it.
What, the
What,
I
emotional
can't sit
stuff?
with my emotions.
No,
I
it's
talked
not
about
like-
this last
Dude,
time.
Owen hates emotional music.
I bottle
except
my
Noah Khan's
emotions.
on your list now, so I feel like you're coming
Noah
around a
Khan's
little
on
bit.
my list. I like to be a soft, sad boy
Yeah, yeah,
sometimes,
yeah.
but what I like to say is that, like, guys, like, I have this hard exterior, this hard shell that I have that, like, on the outside of that hard shell, there's actually another soft shell. So you might think that it's soft the whole way through, but then you get to that shell and it's like, yeah, I only let you in this far. So that's me, guys. So I don't want to show my emotions, and I refuse to show my emotions. I won't do it. So
Then
stop
listen-
asking me.
listen to it alone.
No, I can't. I can't
I
do
think
it.
he's got to do it.
I can't do it, dude.
You got to let
I
it go.
can feel
So-
it
Gotta let it
welling
go.
up, dude. I won't do it. I can't,
yeah.
dude. If I cry, it's over, dude. I can't.
Hey,
if
You've been
honestly-
crying to Noah Khan.
I
Bro,
cry, it's over,
He's been
dude.
crying to Noah
I
Khan.
cry all the time, bro. There ain't nothing wrong
Yeah,
with
no,
crying.
honestly, Noah Khan do make me cry.
Yeah,
Also,
dude,
One Piece
come on.
makes me cry.
That's
Also,
a deep
Naruto
show.
makes me cry.
Yeah, dude, come
Anime
on.
is a whole different world. That is
Crying
like
feels
so
good
much
sometimes.
art within that.
we
Highly
didn't let you finish your
suspect.
list. I'm so
Highly
sorry.
suspect. That's an honorable mention because
Right.
you brought up New England artists, and I'm not gonna have probably any on there only because it's
That's
just how it's gone.
Yeah.
No hate, but I think Yellow Wolf is up there as a
Okay.
Yep, Yellow Wolf.
Shout out to Yellow Wolf.
Who else is up there? I used to be able to say Kendrick, but now not like us. Everybody likes Kendrick.
so you can't like him because everyone else likes
I
him.
love him, but like I'm not gonna forefront his name on like conversation because like
Do you think he's gonna do not like us at the Super Bowl?
absolutely,
Of course.
absolutely. I hope
Poor
you're,
Drake, dude.
That's gonna be a low point for Drake.
Yeah.
Is it though? Because
Yeah.
everyone's gonna go listen to his music, trying to find out if he said weird shit, and he'll get the streaming numbers. Bing, bing, bing.
I
bing,
think
bing.
they already know if he said weird shit. Like,
People have already investigated all that.
Yeah.
At
I
this
don't
point,
know.
it's just stomping on.
He'll drop an album and it'll blow up. That's just how it goes.
Kicking a dead horse, kicking Willie's down.
Yeah, so you got Yellow Wolf, you got Highly Suspect. Obviously, I rock with Cassie's music. But like he's an artist that he has 2 mixtapes that are out that you can't get on streaming services. You can't get it on YouTube. You can't get it anywhere. So like I'm a CD guy. I love collecting me some CDs, and that just tied in with it.
dude, go to a thrift shop. They got
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. My Audi has a CD player, so I'm
hell
still
yeah.
on the hunt for CDs.
Hell
Who else? Eminem. Yep, for sure. Oh man, now that I'm thinking,
A lot of white rappers.
You know, I thought about that on the dude. I thought about that on the ride down. I'm like, yo, that conversation is gonna bring up the you only listen to white rappers, and it's like
I had to say it.
I was like, yo, well, I mean, I grew up listening to like Snoop and Dre. That was like the first two artists. Like my dad, he wanted to piss off my mom so bad. So 2 CDs he'd play in his Plymouth, not Dodge, Neon. It was Snoop Dogg's Greatest Hits and the Marshall Mathers LP. Those are the first 2
Your
rap
dad?
music. Yeah, my dad. Just to get at my mom, wanted me to listen to those 2 albums. So therefore, I was an Aftermath baby. So I listened to anything Aftermath. 50 Cent, Young Buck, Eminem, Royce da 5'9", Yellow
50 Cent
Wolf,
concert last year.
Graph.
Was that last year?
Yeah, it's already been a year.
50 Cent.
I thought it was like 3 years ago, dude. When he was right after he did the Super Bowl.
No, I
this
saw him
was-
twice. I saw him once at Encore.
Oh, so it was a different time, dude.
I saw him once at
like,
Encore, and then I saw him last year at Xfinity Center.
okay, then thank goodness, because I was like, my perception of time is way off, dude.
Yeah,
'Cause I
That
was
happens
like,
sometimes,
that would have
though.
been crazy.
It does happen sometimes.
Yeah.
Junk, though, the rapper.
Junk? I don't
Junk.
know.
Junk.
That dude
Okay.
is junk, if you ask me.
Hey,
Can you hear audio on the podcast? Would it pick up?
Yeah, well, we
If you
can
put it right up to the
All right.
mic.
Yeah.
All right.
Give us a little snippet.
This is, I'll give you, I'm not going to play the full song. So Junk is a rapper from Canada.
We're gonna get copyrighted so bad.
No,
little
not from,
snippet. Just a
play,
little
yeah.
snippet.
um,
Is junk white?
yeah.
He's gotta be, dude.
No.
Not that, it doesn't matter. I'm just asking.
This is his Millie's track.
Millie's is on this?
Yep.
Blow your head up like an inflatable. Egocentric people tend to do this, that's relatable. Heights without you is not possible, not obtainable. Bunch of yes men in your ear, whatever you say they cater to. Day one's only, it's been the same with you. I don't got a brush, but do the same shit a painter do.
Yeah.
fire. That's
Junk is another one in my rotation, and same with Senile.
Okay.
Senile, and so I listen to J-Rock's music and all my homies' music. I'll always bump them. But like when it comes to rotation and off the top of the mind and like dot connecting, it's Junk, Senile, J-Rock, Milla, Kasky, Yellow Wolf.
Wait,
Like
J-Rock?
He
Not-
spins more
so-
rhymes than a lazy Susan,
Not-
and he's
not
innocent
J-Rock from
until his
TDE.
guilt is
no,
proven.
not from TDB. So
Oh.
my boy J-Rock has a tattoo shop / recording studio / podcast place right next to the Jaguar Stadium.
Dope.
He's from Nova Scotia,
He
Canada.
makes music and he does tattoos. He's done basically my whole arm and my right side of my leg for tattoos. But yeah,
Shout
I try
out.
to listen to my homies and just take them wherever I go. You know what I mean? Like I try to tell everybody about their music. Like everybody knows about the Drakes, the Kendricks, the big names, you know what I mean, in their areas. But like there's a whole world of people making music. So many people are making music. There's so much good music out there. I just think we got to stop listening to commercial as much.
Yeah,
You know, and
yeah, I think so.
so like, see now she's in Shaq. She's one of the good homies. She's in a tournament with Shaq. Yeah, he's a judge on this tournament called on the Who's Fire tournament. So the winner gets $30,000 and then like gets a song with Shaq or something like that. Yeah,
Damn.
yeah. So I try to listen to all my homies basically, but
Yeah.
like Faded Amore, they're like a metal rap group. They're not all white. I can't believe I had to say that, but yeah. That's such a wild thing, though. It's like
What?
when you like, oh, he's listening to all white rappers, and it's like, yo, when you're like a rap, like being a white kid wanting to make rap too, you instantly hear the, oh, he's just trying to be like Eminem. He's just trying to be
Oh,
the next
everybody-
white rapper,
yeah,
the
yeah,
white
Yeah.
rapper.
There's
the
too
white
many
rapper.
other rappers that are white that make music that doesn't sound
That-
like
it
Eminem.
sounds
That it's
nothing
not
like
like
Eminem,
the.
Mac Miller.
Yeah,
Nothing like Eminem.
Nothing like Eminem.
But he's not the only. There's so many now. Like
there's-
at the time, it was like everyone wanted to be like
Well, it's the
lyrical,
same.
miracle, spiritual.
Anytime there's a great white basketball player, they say he's the next Larry Bird. So it's
Yeah,
the same
yeah.
thing. Same shit.
I love the picture of Larry Bird. It's like nobody would ever believe you if you said this was the most trash talking player in the NBA, and it's just like it looks like your uncle.
Yeah.
Like,
There's a
Just got done
picture.
drinking Coors Light.
Yeah.
There's a picture of him like in an old like pickup truck, just like with his curly hair, just like looking out the window. It's like Larry Bird about to pull up on your favorite team and drop 30 on them. Yeah, it's crazy.
oh man, so funny.
yeah, no, that's about who the Caveman is. You know, that it's the Boston Celtics sports super fan, but it's also the person that's making it. You know,
Yeah, you're a whole lot more than just that viral video.
right, and
And you're building a brand
a
around
huge network and a huge brand. You know, I got my people in Florida, or my homie Don Dizzle. You know, he's out in L.A.
that. Okay.
He's the drummer of LMFAO.
Oh, no way.
LMFAO.
I
Yeah.
thought that name was familiar.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So I also want to reiterate, because I feel like we've said this throughout the podcast in like a indirect way, but I want to say this now to anyone who's listening, anyone who's gotten this far. First of all, thank you.
Yeah, anyone
big.
who's watched this whole
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
I hope my people
We owe
watch
you a
this.
T-shirt or something.
Yeah. DM us for a T-shirt, maybe. And then, so I was just gonna say though, because people might see this, they might see your viral video,
Yeah.
they might see what you're doing now, and
Right.
they might think that video is like you're almost doing like, and I'm not. This is not what I'm comparing you
Yeah,
to.
hey, go
they're,
ahead.
They're almost. They could see it and be like, "Oh, he's doing like a Hawk Tua thing. He had a viral thing, and now
was
he's
the
trying
same
to
week.
capitalize off it." So now, that but what you've explained to us, and especially like hopefully if you've listened to this conversation, you know this stuff has been happening. Like this is you anyways.
This
And
is
you're-
who I am.
and you're doing
I'm
what you were doing.
outside. I'm loud. I wear weird shoes. Like, just draw attention. Is it attention?
You've been
whore?
this before.
I've been this. This is
Yeah.
who I am. Like, Soldani isn't just a name.
It didn't
it's a
just
lifestyle.
start there. And I mean,
Right.
you were there for
You
a
know?
reason anyways. You were doing that
Yep.
for things like this. So it's makes sense. Yeah.
And you said Hawk Tua went viral the same week.
Yep.
Really?
Yep. If you
Yeah.
look it up, yeah. So,
So I feel like it's destined. You
It
guys
was
should
starting.
like date or
It-
something.
damn.
Hawk Tua,
Yo,
this is
I-
your guy, by the way.
Yeah.
So that week, I wouldn't even know how to shoot my shot to that. I would just be like, yo,
Dude, she'll shoot her shot. I can feel it.
I'm from
Hey.
the sticks.
If you don't
I
Hawk
don't
Tua, I
know.
don't talk to you.
Shout out Token.
Yeah.
And so that week, like, yes, it was starting to get trendy, but it wasn't exploded yet. So I was staying away from him. Like, oh, Hawk to a blonde chick, like talking about blowjobs or whatever. Wow. Like, you know,
Classic.
classic.
Yeah.
How long is it going to last before you need a new image?
Mm.
You're not impact. Like, you're not.
She
in-
started a
it's-
podcast. You see that?
Right. Yeah. I
It's
saw
called,
that.
it's called Talk Tua.
She,
I swear
that's
to
pretty
God.
funny. She has done,
Marketable.
I think, a pretty good job
Marketable.
at like.
I have to
She
say,
made that joke, but she's not that kind of person. You can
I have to
kinda
say,
tell.
she seems
Right.
like actually a really cool person.
Yeah.
I'd like her.
Yeah.
From
she's
the
cool.
clips, you can tell from the every other interview she's done.
She's
very
like
genuine.
a regular
Yeah.
person.
Yeah, I got some questions though. You
I
know,
do
like-
too, yeah.
Like, how'd you do it? You know, I'm making this shit work on my 9 to 5. Did you just get thrown money? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, because
Probably.
you know, like
Yeah.
Probably,
that's
yeah.
the difference. You know, it's like I'm still going to work and paying to go to these games, or you know,
Yeah.
driving all over.
That
Like,
clip just the Hawk Tua thing. I can't explain how that blew
Yeah.
up to that
Well-
extent, because there's been people who have gone viral, but that took it to another level.
Dude, there's
So,
nothing so
if my-
magnetic as blowjobs.
if my old homies
true.
remember,
So
if
true.
if my old homies, if they remembered correctly, so I make a joke about like rednecks, right? And
Yeah.
it's totally out of fun. If someone gets offended, I'm sorry that you're offended. That's it.
Nobody should
so-
get offended about anything.
Right. So you know, you call them rednecks, right? Or you call them like hillbillies or whatever. They got these like words you can call the people that are from the sticks. So I've coined one for like the last 4 years. All my homies, or even if they're not friends with me anymore, will say it. I started like saying this word all around, being like wood booger.
Wood booger.
Wood booger.
Hard
bro.
R, I don't like it. I don't
right.
like it.
All right.
Booger.
All right, wood booger. You know what I mean?
Wood booger.
He's a wood booger. You know what I mean? So it's like I've said that shit for a while, and everyone's like, "Well, what's a wood booger?" You know? And I was like, "A wood booger." You know, the ones that are like, "Tua," you know, hitting their hand off the knee and laughing. So like I had the tua, but I never just, you know. But yeah, it was.
Oh, so you did it first.
I mean,
You had the tua, but not the hawk.
I didn't have the hawk. You know, so.
I'll tell you what, it wasn't a
What?
far leap. So I feel like, girl, you got some explaining to do.
Nah, I mean, I got wood booger, so
Yeah, that's,
I'll know if
Wood
someone.
booger's better than Hawk Tua.
That's a t-shirt.
I've never heard someone say wood booger ever. I tried, talking to my sibling who they used to classify the New Hampshire people, the wooded people. I always thought they said wood booger, and he never did. So I was like, yo, for the last 2 years, I've been saying wood booger for no reason. You know what I mean? So that is one thing I kind of like laugh about is like, oh, don't be a wood booger, bro. Like, don't wear the same jeans as your 3 homies with the fish hook in the hat. Like, you know,
funny.
I'm from the sticks, bro, but you'll never catch me wearing flannel. You'll never catch me wearing flannel.
Talk
for some
about this
reason.
jacket though. We didn't get to it yet.
Oh,
So,
right. That's not quite flannel.
This is not quite flannel, only because it's not your typical wood booger style.
I gotta say, it looks
So,
familiar.
It looks familiar, and I'll get to that.
Did I see Millie's wearing that before?
Yeah, absolutely. So I saw it on his story, and I was like, "Yo, that looks mad comfy." I have a butter. It says Hidden Hills. So
Is that
I'm
Hidden
a brand
Hills on the back?
I'm a brand ambassador for Hidden Hills.
Okay.
And so if you order stuff off their website with the promo code Caveman_Causeway, you save, I think, 15% off your order when you order off Hidden Hills.
Caveman _
So-
Causeway at
Yep.
checkout.
Yep, at
Okay.
checkout. So it's a promo code. You can find it on my Instagram too.
Okay.
Matches
Matches your eyes.
Yeah, the blue matches.
Dude, Jack's risen you right now, dude.
Yo,
That's-
look at him go, bro. It might
Tell
get-
me it doesn't though. Am I lying?
It pops it out, you know, that
It does
shock
match your
value.
eyes, yeah.
And but there's a green one.
Dude, I'm getting rizzed
So
up, I
if
feel
you're-
like right now.
So if you're a Celtics fan and you like green, they make a green one of this.
Okay.
So that's what I'm gonna get my hands on next.
Now, why didn't you get the green one?
Because I was impulsive with my money and I was like, that looks really nice. I'll buy it.
And you're matching what Millie's had. I think he wore the
This
same
was
one,
the same one
Yeah.
that he had. That's
Really?
how I saw it. Yeah, that's how I saw it. I was
Okay.
like, oh, yo, you're wearing it. I was like, why can't I'll go buy it. And then I got it in person. I was like, yo, this is quality that they don't advertise. I swear to God, they don't advertise it.
Should we all get one and then
Yeah.
all wear it to any time Millie's is going to be anywhere and hope he wears it and then we're all twins?
That would be crazy.
That'd be so sick,
That'd
dude.
be
We got to get the
crazy.
pick with Millie's if we're all wearing
But
the
like,
same
I
shirt.
wear
Let's all be
funky.
Millie's for Halloween.
Yo, I got one arm tatted to go. So
Tray 5 with the grab in it. Dude, I feel like I could be
I'll
Millie's for
tat
Halloween.
617 on my neck like he has.
yeah.
I don't want that.
Yo, you want to know something
changed my
amazing?
mind.
You want to know something? You want to know something amazing?
Yeah.
Kasky and Millie's have a track too.
No way.
Yes,
Out?
I do.
I know they've worked together before, yeah.
Yep.
It's out?
Yep. It was
Yeah.
made years ago.
No way.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, so a lot of Easter eggs on this episode.
I'm glad. I love Easter eggs. If you,
Yeah.
it makes them watch, or it's good clipping content.
For sure.
We
Everything's
got
a
a lot
clip
of good
nowadays.
clips out of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a very clippable episode. So thank you again for coming on. This is awesome.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure being on this. Thanks for sharing that post when it first happened. That post
Hell yeah.
created
That was so fun. And the
crazy.
I meant to say this. The first like impression I ever had of you, like obviously was that video, but then you said you didn't see it till like a couple days later
Right.
when we posted it. So there were a lot of comments, obviously, like
Bro.
people just
Did you see him?
the internet is ruthless, right?
You saw the comments,
The
right?
internet is
Oh
ruthless.
my gosh.
Yeah, if you go viral, people shit on you, no matter who you are or what you look
I
like.
hope you
or
got bullied
anything.
in school because you
Yeah.
gotta
The internet is a terrible place, and
Yep.
so yeah, people said some things about you, but the first time I saw you interact with the post was like a couple days later. You commented on it, and you were like, "I just went through and read all the comments." You're like, "You guys are hilarious." Like you took it in stride. You
Yeah,
were
absolutely.
so graceful about it, and I thought that was awesome.
Y'all gave a man with a receding hairline.
Honestly, that's
Material.
just- your hairline's killing it.
Your
Don't
hairline's
say
not
anything.
that bad, dude. LeBron's is way
It's probably
worse.
the comb over. You know what I mean? But
No, you're doing fine.
I was like, damn, like a year ago, even I would have been like, damn, they're making fun of my hairline. Like, damn, like, oh no,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like the hair only got long because I was on the road. I was busy. I didn't have time to go and get a haircut. 'Cause
You don't
when-
owe anyone an explanation, anyways.
You know? So-
it's like who cares?
Yeah, and it just worked.
And yeah, you were really cool about it. You were just like, oh
I
man,
mean-
because you said you were like, I read all these comments, like you guys are hilarious, and some of those comments were not very nice, but
and they weren't even funny. But
yeah, and they weren't
like,
funny either. Most of the mean comments are never funny; they're just
Right.
mean.
Some of them were really good though. Someone was like, "Oh, yo, you're the tatted up Phil Collins." I was like, "That's hilarious."
Yeah.
Oh, that looks like Puya. I'm not, but that's hilarious. Oh, you looked like you just left the methadone clinic. I was like, God damn, too bad I don't know anyone with dirty piss. You know what I mean? Like I just trolled back too because it's
So-
like,
Yeah.
yeah, and I mean, like, what are you gonna do? Like, argue with people? Like,
Right.
no, I'm cool. My hairline's
I'll
fine.
troll your
Like,
account.
it's
You know,
like-
if you really try to troll me, like I might post you on my story and be like, look at this guy. You know what I mean? Because it's funny. It's a game.
But also, if those people were in person making those same comparisons and now they're also in the spotlight because you can see them.
Yeah,
Right.
they're gonna
There's
crack.
no way. Yeah, they're not. First of all, not gonna say it.
No,
and then
not at
it's
all. They
would
just
never.
how it is. So
Yeah, and I'm not someone that's like, yo, give me smoke in person either. But it's like, dude, this is strictly.
But it's like those people wouldn't say that to your face. Like, you
Yeah,
know it.
yeah, for sure. I mean, if you do say
That's
it
just
to
the
my
way the
face,
internet
I'm
is.
gonna be like, good for you. I'm not gonna get into a fight. I'm gonna be like,
Yeah,
good
you're
for
not-
you, bro. Like you actually said it to my face. Like, let's go, bro. Now let's have fun. What are we doing here? Like,
Yeah.
that's one thing I do want to like focus on too in all of this is like the people that troll me. It's like, bro, like I had a couple of kids from that comment post, and I'm not gonna give names like always, but one kid was really going through it one day, and he commented on my shit, trying to like shit on my life. And I commented something like, "Hey man, like you should really put this effort into something different." Like,
yes,
like
Facts.
this
That's the
doesn't-
best way to handle
You
those
don't.
people.
I told
Yeah.
him I was like, you don't want to be seen on the internet like this, even if you don't go viral. What
Just
if
a
you
bad
do?
look, yeah.
What if you do? Those comments are up there.
Mm-hmm.
Me and him had a heart-to-heart conversation for like 2 hours, and he was just
dope.
vented to me about his life. And I was like, yo, bro, like I'm just a regular guy. I was like, I deal with depression. I deal with borderline personality disorder. I deal with these crazy things that are stigmatized. Don't fall down the like alleyway of just continuously walking as a negative person. Like we all get negative. Every single one of us, we get negative. We can't say you don't.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Whether
especially
it's
me.
driving in traffic, whether it's somebody you don't like, it's like,
Oh, I have to stop myself from commenting on things all the time.
oh, all the time, dude,
Yeah.
because it's second nature. It's just like in a way, the internet gives all of us a heightened opinion.
Mhm.
And so if you're able to sift through that and just constantly
Is there
strive to
music
be
playing right now?
probably, I didn't turn it all the way down.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was
Um,
like, I feel like I'm hearing something.
Probably.
I'm so sorry to interrupt.
No,
the
you're
message.
good. So I think that's what I'm trying to do the most is no matter how bad it gets or like someone shits on me on the internet, it's like, please, I have had some of the wildest ex-girlfriends, wildest ex-homies, wildest people in school pick on me. Like there's nothing you can say to me that's going to make me be like, oh my God, like the internet called me, a methadone clinic. It's like, bro, I've heard it all. You know what I mean? Like I had people call me a crackhead at 14 years old and I didn't even know what crack was.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, like people are always going to have something to say.
There's always a hater out there. Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to show them love too. Because what if they're like that kid, and then what if they go home and like kill themselves because they had such a fucking shitty day and they just spewed shit on the internet and go home and die? Like,
I mean, here's the thing.
I try to have compassion
like-
for everybody because you never know what someone's going through in
Right.
their day.
Right.
You don't. But I feel like you can never put it on yourself if somebody else does something as a result of what you said and you didn't know like what their situation was. It's
But
just
that's
not
why you should
fair.
just be
like,
careful.
That's why you be kind.
be careful, of course. Be nice always.
yeah.
But like
Yep.
to think like, because I defended myself on the internet, like, and this is just the people who do fight back. And I'm saying this like if you are arguing, it is what it is.
Yep.
We're all arguing with each other. It's you're not responsible for anybody.
Yeah, I don't care what you like or what you believe in, anything like that. If you're cool with me, I'm cool with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you can be anything you want to be. If you're cool to me, guess what? I'm happy for you. If I don't know you, I'm happy for you. And I think a lot of us, and I'll end it with this. I think a lot of us get too wrapped up in thinking that just because one person does something, you can't do it. So then you instantly hate on it and you get jealous. And it's like, you can do it too, bro. Like, I'm not special. You know what I mean? Like, I'm doing it. And so I think people should take more time in understanding why people are doing things. Because I don't care who you're voting for. I don't care what you believe in. I don't care what you want to appear as. None of that shit matters to me. Because it doesn't affect my daily life, even if it's within my family or friend group. If you're happy, that's what matters the most. I buried enough people. I don't want to see people die because they can't have freedom of expression. So
Yeah, no more of that.
I'm the motherfucking caveman on Causeway.
Yep.
Also known as Soldani to a lot of people back home. And this is the Boston Big Four podcast. See it now, see it later.
Appreciate
Yes.
you, man. Thank you for coming on.
Thank
It was
you.
a pleasure, dude.
Let's go
Absolutely.
Seas.
Let's go
Appreciate
Seas.
it. Thank you.
Banner 19. You'll see it.
Coming soon.